the creators of Relevant Magazine. This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's a week of Friday, February 23rd, 2018, and it's the Relevant Podcast with the end of the month.
We're blowing through February. What even happened to this
Eddie,
month?
you're always shocked by the date. I don't know why, but every
because
week.
I don't know the date. I genuinely don't know the date, and I don't know the time ever. So I'm always like, wow, February 23rd. We are. What year
You know why
in?
we do that? Because years ago, like year 2 or 3 of the podcast, I used to just say it's the Relevant Podcast, and a listener said, can you somehow differentiate the beginning or tell us the date? Because when we're listening to old shows, we don't know which one it is because you start every show the exact same way.
Oriented place and time.
Yeah,
I see.
So I started doing that. It makes sense.
There you
It's
go.
really helpful for Eddie.
Yeah. February.
I have to pay my bills this week.
I'm on a podcast. Interesting.
I'm your host, Cameron Strang. Here with me in our Orlando studio, Eddie Big Heck Hoffel.
Yes, it is good to see everyone.
Over there on the ones and twos, our illustrious producer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
And joining us from Nashville, Tennessee this week, our newest cast member, author, speaker, podcaster, Annie F. Downs.
Good morning, gents. When do I lose the newest thing? Cameron, I thought we got
You're
there.
newest until Eddie kicks the bucket.
That got done. Until Eddie succumbs to his hand injury, you are.
Let me tell you what my favorite part of having just a very visible hand injury.
Yeah.
People who, first of all, everyone comments.
Yeah.
No
well,
one's
you're
sure.
a full-grown adult, and you walked in today with a bright blue cast.
Right.
A
which-
nice, brand new cast.
Cinderella blue, as Lucy and Eve put it, because
Yeah,
that's
you earned that. You earned that by punching the ground.
Cinderella blue, they picked it. But everybody says something, and it's always like, how's the other guy? You're like, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
My biggest disappointment seeing your beautiful Cinderella blue cast is that there's no writing on it.
Well, only...
Yeah, did we get to sign it?
No. Only incredibly famous people can sign it. So I don't know that I've met...
So if you like run into Obama or something.
Right. Rob Bell could sign it.
Yeah.
None of
Oh,
you...
wow. You put Rob Bell and Obama in the same fame level?
Wow.
I think...
Similar theology. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I like Rob Bell. I think he's great. You'd have to be... There's just something that's got to like spark in me and go like, oh my gosh, I got to do this.
Yeah.
And then
And Rob Bell would do that to you?
Yeah, I really like him and really like his writing and really like his podcast. And I don't even... Feel free to email me at Cameron at because like I don't even care. But I love him.
Wow.
I'm not like a fanboy of him, but
I'm
I
not
just...
questioning his content. I'm questioning your loyalty to him, the level of his fame to you. Like, you'd have him sign it over someone else. He just
Who?
feels like, I
Quiz
don't know.
me.
Gary Haugen.
Yes, Gary could sign it. But that's
Louis Giglio.
Jennifer Aniston.
David Crowder.
No,
No?
I don't really. I mean, I like him and respect him, but I don't really know too many of his songs.
Eddie, how about you run into Carl Weathers at the grocery store?
Carl Weathers gets the full cast.
Dolph Lundgren. Lundgren.
Dolph gets it. Anybody from the Rocky franchise, even if I can't prove that they were in it and they say they were an extra, they can go ahead and sign
What
it.
about any cast member from Saved by the Bell?
sure.
Yes and no, not Screech, because Screech has made some awful
But
life choices.
you want Slater writing on your cast?
I wouldn't mind it. He seems like
He's very available.
He's
He's
kept
on
himself,
TV
he's
all the
kept
time.
himself in pretty good shape.
It
Why
basically
not?
says you're into tank tops if you have AC Slater right on your cast.
And I am.
Well, then
so that
I would
be fine.
purposely do that because I'm big time into tank tops.
You are?
Oh my gosh, I love them.
Now, I want to be careful not to make fun of you.
That's
so
right.
tell me more about tank tops, Annie. God forbid we make a joke that is even directed in your direction. But tell me more about your tank tops, Annie.
How about the guy that played Dauber from the show Coach, the sitcom Coach? And he signed it.
Spit take.
And he
And he just
literally
spit
was taking a sip of
liquid.
his beverage when you did that, and he did a
Jesse,
spit take.
the spit
Like
take.
if you saw Dauber, if you're at Publix, the grocery store, and you're like, Holy cow, that's Dauber from Coach. It's definitely him. He's aged significantly in the 20 years since I've last seen him on the finale of Coach.
Yeah.
But I cannot let this opportunity pass. Will he sign my cast?
I can tell that's either Dauber or a guy who looks like an older Dauber.
Yeah.
Either way, will you sign my cast? Would you get him to sign it just for the story?
Yeah, he's totally in. Dauber's in.
How about Rupert from that one season of Survivor? I didn't even watch Survivor, but I knew about Rupert. He wore the tank top, seemed like a real cool cat.
Yeah, I think most Survivor people generally.
Which one's Rupert?
Jesse, your brain is like an amusement park constantly.
It's exhausting, Annie. It is.
You ever
exhausting.
see The Simpsons when they go into Homer's brain and it's like a couple of monkeys with those symbols,
Yeah.
or like a Ferris wheel going around? That's Jesse's brain.
It is.
It's just that Jesse pulls out things that you can't imagine anyone still has. It's like Mary Poppins' bag over there.
I'm telling you, it's having this depth of random, worthless pop culture references is exhausting. Annie.
Worthless? You've made a career out of it. You've literally cashed in on it.
I know. My only two career options was doing this podcast or like writing for Family Guy. That's the only two viable things for random pop culture references.
Because it is interesting because it has to come from, because sometimes I wonder, is he Googling things while we're talking?
No.
But like he couldn't have come up with Rupert and Dauber in any
not that
Google
fast.
search.
Well, Eddie, I'm just trying to think of like who would be the borderline cast. I feel like both of those would give you good stories,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. It has to be a good story.
Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably more like somebody's like, no way.
Yeah.
Lisa Turtle signed your cast?
yeah.
That's right. Lisa Turtle signed my cast.
WWE wrestler Sting signed your cast?
Yeah, you would not believe how that happened.
Yeah.
So it's either that or super famous.
Right. There you
This
go.
conversation really makes me want an update on Screech because I know he was having a hard time for a bit, but he has not been in the news lately. But I'm going to be googling that
He
later.
was like he was losing his house a few years ago, and he was selling weird things on the internet.
He did like some really bad crimes.
make his
and
mortgage payments.
Yeah, it was no good. Yeah, no good.
Hey, Annie, you're back in Nashville. We can tell because of the large AFD on your
That's right.
mantle
Which we
behind you.
love.
Yeah,
I have a
it's
question.
here.
You told us that the pink and red and white balls, the big wreath or garland of pink and red
Valentine's,
was
yes.
Valentine's Day. Are you the sort of person who leaves holiday decorations up for weeks and or months after the holiday because you still have Valentine's stuff up?
I have a guess, but I don't want to interrupt. But go ahead. Let's see if my theory is
I
right.
want to tell you about my morning. 25 minutes ago, I said, oh, if you don't take down that Valentine's decorations, Cameron is going to say something. And then I said, no, I'm going to be the Annie who wants to celebrate Valentine's for one more week and leave it up. And that's exactly what I did.
Yep.
But before we record again, it will come down. So no, I'm usually a takedown on time, but trust me that this exact thing already happened in my mind. I knew.
Now, I would like to say I don't think it's out of place because in our home, we have a rotating series of monthly decorations.
Monthly.
So Valentine's Day now
Is all of February.
1 until the 28th or 29th.
And then you go St. Patrick's Day?
a little
And you go
bit.
green?
We kind of, not as much. We don't do kind of like
Do you
the
decorate for my birthday?
goofier holidays. We do mostly
Oh, Cameron,
big,
what day's your birthday?
March
Mostly
15th, Beware the Ides of
fireworks.
March.
Ides
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll kind of transition into like a spring motif, I believe, in March.
spring motif.
Because
An
then we're-
Easterish kind of thing?
And that, that easily goes into Easter.
right, and then we're into Easter, and now we're into full summer mode.
So is after Easter, you go like sun and sunglasses sort of decorations?
I mean, it's not quite that tacky. We don't like put like a little sandbox out with Jimmy Buffett playing on the music thing. But
That's what I have in
Your
my
loss.
desk. Yeah.
Yeah, what's tacky about that?
yeah. But so I think it's fine until I think you've got till the 28th. It seems appropriate.
And also, I will tell y'all, I do still have mistletoe hanging in my house, but that's just more for good luck than anything.
That's more for date night.
That's a single girl can hope.
He walks you to the door. Oh,
right.
look up there.
I'll be darned. I didn't take it down.
How did
That's
I not
exactly
take
right.
I
that?
wonder
That's
what
exactly right.
protocol is.
I'm leaving it up till it works.
Would you look at there? Yeah.
We have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, Jon Foreman from Switchfoot joins us.
Oh, I
No
love
way.
him.
He could sign my cast.
Yeah, he could.
Oh man, I met him at Night of Joy.
For sure.
He's on the level. Hey, how about Dave Dravecki? Remember Dave Dravecki? He's the pitcher who had one hand. It was very impressive. He switched his glove to his throwing hand. You guys don't remember that? It was phenomenal, man. It was very inspirational.
Eddie is also currently the pitcher with one hand.
Wow, Annie. Wow.
He would throw it and switch the glove on. It was awesome. He was awesome.
I feel like that would be an awful thing to ask a one-handed person.
Yeah.
Because this isn't...
Eddie, he made a career as a professional MLB pitcher. I'm sure
But what if
he
he
could
had his
sign a
phone in
cast.
his hand and he's got to put it away?
Because I still have what the kids call a claw. So I still have my middle finger, pointer finger, and thumb.
Right.
Now they can't touch because the thumb is so pushed over on the cast. But like I still have the claw. But I don't feel like I have solidarity with one-handed people.
That's a horrible casting they did to you because that is so weird looking.
Oh man, it's a real hot mess. So.
Jon Foreman has a new documentary out today. It's called 25 and 24. Remember, he did 25 shows, I believe, in 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
Oh
he's
my
awesome.
gosh.
So he's debuting. I think they're debuting it for like 24 or over the weekend, like 24 hours or something. And then he's taking this thing on the road starting like next week. This film and doing live concerts. Very cool. We got to talk to him about it.
Man, 15-year-old me is freaking out about Jon Foreman. I like waited in line to see Switchfoot and get them to sign my T-shirt that says like I like Switchfoot.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, at Night of Joy, I was like me and a bunch of guys. They were like our band. I'm like pretty stoked.
Wait,
about
you were
this.
15?
No, maybe older, but I mean,
they kind of came out in like
15.
98, 2000.
Early high school.
I was 15.
No, late high school.
Late high school. Yeah, Eddie, we were in late high school.
I have a 16-year-old Jesse Jars of Clay. Switchfoot story. I think I was 16. It was between the ages of 16 and 17. I used to be really good at. I used to go to concerts all the time, and I used to be really good at finding ways to get into the venue early. Like,
of course.
Like acting like you were there to work or something?
Yeah, exactly. That was like my thing.
Because if you get to any venue at 3 or 4 p.m. when they're doing load-in and stuff, you just walk in like you're supposed to be there.
You're supposed to
Or
be
just grab and be like, hey, can I give you a hand with that? Like, you don't understand how easy it was. So I used to always do that at this place called the Norva. And anyway, I was there before Switchfoot played, and I was just kind of hanging out, and their keyboard died, like a big Korg Triton. Eddie, you know what I'm talking about, the big silver one.
Oh, I'm in.
It died. It just like shorted out. And it was the other Foreman brother was like, hey, does anyone here have a car that can
How
drive us
sad
to
is it that we know
Guitar
Jon
Center?
Foreman and the other Foreman brother, who's
Tim,
also a
right? Is it Tim?
Tim.
Yeah, it's Tim Foreman. That is Mark Foreman.
I'm not throwing shade, Tim. But Jon Foreman has a solo career too that I know him from.
That's
Anyway,
right.
I gave like 3 of the
Brother
members
George.
of Switchfoot a ride to Guitar Center,
famous
and we bought a
boxer.
keyboard.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
Have you told them that story now that you're a grown up and like work in their industry?
You know what? I've talked to them. I've talked to them so many times over the years, but I actually was at Cornerstone years later doing like the Relevant tour thing, and I was my job was to go introduce them that night on main stage and throw out T-shirts, right? And I remember hanging out
That's a pretty
backstage
sweet
with
gig.
them. It was a sweet gig. I had to go out main stage of Cornerstone. There was, for Switchfoot night. And I remember thinking I could tell them the story there, but I would have felt really uncool at that point. Like, I felt like I wasn't a peer, but I felt like more on a level, not some guy that snuck into a music venue and gave him a ride to Guitar Center.
Right.
Okay, so Legend of Chin came out in 97.
Right.
So I was a junior.
Okay.
It was a junior. So it was like late high school, and then new way
I thought
to be.
you weren't into any Christian music stuff in high school.
Switchfoot, like DC Talk.
Yeah, I was going to say, when did you like DC Talk if you weren't into
Supernatural was kind of my intro to them. So it was like late high school. I was starting to get into that whole world.
Jesus thing.
And that whole, And then Supernatural, and then, then what was that song on?
I mean, you came
What was
into
that
it in a
song?
very cool era of Christian music.
I did,
98 to like 2002, like the emo, like, you had Poor Old Lou and Pedro the Lion and like
Yes.
some really cool stuff.
And Switchfoot and Five Iron Frenzy, which I
Five
know
Iron
like
Frenzy,
we look
Stay
back on,
Safe.
and ska doesn't age well, but at the time it was like, oh, this is
All those
It was
tooth
either
and nail.
Carmen or something.
You came in the heyday of Christian alternative music.
Oh, do you know who I loved in that season? Pillar. You guys like Pillar.
Very
Pillar.
Nashville answer.
You know what else?
Or
Who else I
Georgia.
loved?
But I lived in
Bebo-
Atlanta.
remember-
My heart was here before I even knew it. But man, I love Pillar.
You remember Bebo Norman?
Oh, yeah, of course.
That guy was like, I was like, I got to learn how to play guitar.
Bebo,
love
I used to
Bebo
see. I used to see Bebo open for Caedmon's Call.
Oh, yes.
when there would be a Caedmon's Call tour, and Bebo would always. And the girls loved the Bebo.
What would it take to get Bebo to come back? Because I would do it. Whatever
Dude,
it would take.
people know
Whatever
him.
kind of challenge.
Bebo
Dazzle
is
do it
still
moment.
touring and performing and releasing albums.
No.
Is that his real name?
No, he's done.
Yes,
Bebo?
he's done.
Bebo-
He builds houses here in Nashville, Cameron.
Yeah, he is a builder in Nashville. He has stopped everything. He walked away from music, but every once in a while he'll pop
Did he
up.
walk away from Jesus?
No. But he'll pop up on like Derek Webb's social media.
Oh,
so he's
yeah.
like,
His Wikipedia says he is a former contemporary Christian musician from Columbus, Georgia.
dude, can you play music right now? Can we listen to some Bebo? Can you play Walk Down This Mountain?
He's just the best.
I'm telling you, when he go out there, when he'd open for Cademans, he'd get out there on the bar stool and with the one guitar, no band, just
a
him.
great guitar player.
And and rapture the place. The girls just swooned.
Well,
Melted. I
and
melted.
We
every
hated
time.
the Bebo. The guys in the crowd hated the Bebo.
Okay, can I tell you though? Formative moment in my life.
Yeah.
It's like real thing. So I went to Young Life Camp right after, I graduated from high school. I left for camp, Young Life Camp, the next day, and Bebo Norman was the musical guest there. And I was like just starting to figure out the whole Jesus thing. And that day, like that morning, like they were like, I prayed for the first time in my life and had this transformative experience in North Carolina.
You're 31?
Gosh.
And you know what? Years later, Bebo Norman built him a lovely craftsman.
Listen to this. This is so good. Walk down. I mean, with your heart held high. Played at the couple. Hey Chandler, it was played at the couple's wedding. Why don't you shut your mouth for 5 seconds?
Hey Eddie, you strike me as like someone who's like a big Shane and Shane fan.
Dude, I was so into them.
Shane and Shane, man.
I was too.
They started like a software company in
Listen, that
Austin.
Bebo stuff felt
Only
good. I'm
Bebo
not going
Norman
to kid y'all.
can
That
sign my
felt so
cast.
good.
Only Bebo can sign your cast.
I will only permit
If
one.
you mailed that cast to Bebo, I bet he would sign it and mail it back.
Bebo, if you're listening, I'm going to mail you a.
He left Christian music.
I'm
He
gonna
didn't listen to this podcast.
Somebody tell Bebo that he's going to get a pretty stinky light blue cast in the mail. It's going to be in 2 halves. He's going to need to sign it.
I can get you there in 1 degree. I'm 1 degree from Bebo, so I can get that cast signed.
Half of this cast is going to be auctioned off for iJam. The other half for Preemptive Love. We're going to make $25 on each half. So get ready, people.
No way. If you tell girls in my age bracket that Bebo Norman signed something in 2018,
Yeah.
it's going to bring in the dollars, man.
You're in. Because you're all like making money now.
Yeah. We all have money, but we loved him when we did it.
That's right. So you can make up for lost times.
Also coming up on the show later, we have our we do this once every 2 months, our new issue preview, but this is a special edition because this issue is our 15-year anniversary issue of Relevant Magazine being in print. So
nuts.
It's crazy. 15 years, y'all. We're talking about Bebo Norman. He was still huge when we came out in print.
Man, I feel like we just did 10. Wasn't 10 the one with Tony Hale?
It was
on the
about
front?
5 years ago, yeah.
Just about.
Approximately.
It was about, it was like 10 years ago from the
It was
5.
about exactly 5 years ago. Eddie. It's weird that you say that.
Time flies, man.
Time flies. So our 15-year anniversary of Relevant is coming out and next week, and we're going to tell you all about it.
Can you say who's on the cover yet?
Yeah, well, that's the point of today's segment coming up later.
Ooh, I see.
I'll say this person, Eddie, is a legend.
Oh, I see
He
what you
is
did
legend.
there.
It is true.
I'm not very good at these kinds of games, but
No.
I understand what you're saying.
He is legend.
Bebo. It's Bebo.
It's Bebo.
It's Bebo Norman.
It's Bebo Norman.
It's Bebo Norman between the 2 Shanes. It's quite.
We did the we just called it Heyday, and it's Bebo, Shane and Shane. You know how Vanity Fair will do like all the influencers of it? That's what we did. So it's
You know who's missing
we
from
got
that?
John-
Rebecca St.
Bebo,
James.
the guy from Waterdeep.
the other Foreman brother.
The other foreign brother, Rebecca St. James.
You're thinking of Don Schaffer.
Jennifer
Schaffer.
Knapp.
Oh, yes. Good one. Annie, good
Plum.
reference.
She's still doing things.
Oh, yes.
She went away and then came back. Yeah. Plum. Anyway,
Wait, I'm making an official request to have Bebo Norman on the show around my birthday. Can we make that happen, Jesse?
your birthday being in July.
Yeah.
I feel
So
like
we
we
got
can.
months.
I feel like we can do
For
this.
sure. Can I ask him? Can the interview all be about contemporary building trends? So tell me the new thing in Windows.
Don't make
right
too
now.
much fun. You got it because this is going to turn into a real thing, and he's going to go back and
Hey,
listen to
dude,
old episodes.
I'm just starting a huge remodel. I get it. It's fun. I would do building.
Yeah, I'm not throwing
Yeah.
shade. I wish I knew about that stuff.
Yeah.
And all right, Annie. July, Bebo Norman.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I'll cry. I promise you right now in this minute, I will cry if I get to
Our entire
see his-
studio will be decorated for summer by then. We'll have our
We'll have a sandbox.
our umbrellas, our sunglasses,
Live
Seagulls
bar.
running.
flock of seagulls playing overhead.
AFD, we should do a real, deep dive interview with him about like, what?
Like when I did my John Tesh interview.
Yes.
I started tell me about the block you grew up on.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Really get into it.
Start at the beginning.
Except we're not comparing Bebo to John Tesh.
That's
Walk
right.
through
That's exactly what I
all
was
the
about to
journey
say.
of Bebo.
Yeah. Oh man, how'd you walk away? When did you cut your nails on your right hand because you knew you wouldn't need them for guitar anymore?
They used to be so long.
They used to
Eddie,
be
we
so
could
long.
go so deep on this, you and I.
Oh yeah,
Wait, they really were long?
yeah, because you would use them as little picks.
But
That was his thing?
Yeah, that's
No,
what
I mean it was a
say,
lot
is
of guitar player boys in that era. They
Right.
did.
So
long-
you're saying that formative moment when he had to, quote unquote, hang up the guitar, he cut his fingernails.
That's right.
Wow.
Or even more mysteriously, has he not cut them?
Because he's still holding on to the dream,
'Cause you
even though he's
never know.
got to
You
get to
never
the
know.
building
You
site.
never know
Or
when
did
you're
he
going to
find a way to use them in building?
Right. When are you going to sling up the Taylor and be asked to
Well,
do
I mean,
another
think about
show?
like a lot of like the windows, they come with like film on them and stuff. You got to get that off. Those fingernails are going to come in handy just to kind of get it started and then you could peel it off, you know?
That's
He didn't
Listen,
cut
we
those.
cannot mock to the degree that he won't come on the show. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was watching one of the a Facebook video this week of like this guy playing. I think he was playing the Feel Good Inc., the Gorillaz song, but he had like this guitar that had like 3 necks on it, and he was playing them all at the same time. But his secret was these really long fingernails, and it was the most like incredible guitar playing I'd ever seen. Like you would not believe all the sound was coming from one guy playing, and I was thinking, If I had the opportunity to have that ability, but I would have to have those long fingernails, I don't think I would do it. I don't think I would have the greatest guitar ability I've ever seen if I got to walk around life with those gigantic fingernails. Eddie, you would?
I don't know, man. That's pretty gross. Plus,
I mean, how do you type?
They sell those little metal things
Yeah,
too.
I was gonna say they sell these little tips that you can use that.
Yeah,
simulate.
when you get a manicure,
The real
you can get, like,
pros,
press-on nails.
go
Well, you
all
could do that
natural,
too.
man.
Yeah.
Chandler's never been into Bebo. I can tell. He has no love. His
Nah, I'm
tone
sorry.
of voice is so. I'm not approving of this.
I was too young at that point and skipped
No,
that.
you weren't.
I was
He
like-
was a big deal starting in 98, give or take.
I was
and
10
you,
years old.
You were 12 years old. You were born in 87. 12,
11 years old,
early
but-
teen years. That's formative youth group. Bebo should have
At
been.
that point, I was listening to like Reliant K or something. You know,
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
don't tell your
Tooth and nail,
parents.
Me Without You and MXPX.
No, he was allowed to
and
listen to
stuff.
Reliant.
I wasn't
Yeah.
allowed to listen to MXPX, but
You were?
it was okay.
My mom's thing
It was
was
because of Cameron. He ratted me out that it was not real Christian music.
Cameron.
I was like, he's listening to secular music.
Yeah.
I was just bitter because I wasn't allowed to listen to
I
secular
had
music.
gotten a CD, MXPX CD at a Christian conference, and was really pumped to like finally get an MXPX CD. And then he ratted me out.
And then you tattled Cameron? How old were you at that point, Cameron? Like 20?
I was 11, 12 years older than him, so I would have been 20.
Yeah, you're like a man.
College.
You were like an adult man.
Yeah.
Golly. Jeez.
All right, move the show along. It's time for our weekly look back at what happened in culture and entertainment. It's time for
In case you missed it.
In case you missed it, MXPX. Just Chandler.
Still Not Really Christians.
Still not allowed to listen to
Chandler's
it.
still not allowed. Still not allowed.
I think we've done basically in case you missed it. We just covered 98
In
through
case you missed it, we just
2005.
covered the last 20 years of Christian culture. All you got to know is Bebo. Basically, the Bebo trajectory is the trajectory of Christian music.
The
Think
hammer-
about it.
Yeah.
He hit it in the prime time.
Hammer
Peak-
holds.
Peak Christian music was peak
Hammer
Bebo.
holds? Is that what you said? Oh.
Peak Bebo, and then he's not doing it anymore. Just like Christian music isn't really around anymore.
no,
Other than worship.
it goes to Christian celebrity affection moves on from musicians to now like Chip and Joe. Like we once loved our Bebo Normans, now we just love people who do homes on TV. Like it's a natural evolution, you know.
Bebo's still in the fold.
That's a whole theory.
Yeah.
Annie, you just said the hammer holds. That day that I prayed under that tree at Winnie Gap, Bebo taught me how to play the hammer holds on a guitar that afternoon. I don't know if you can handle that.
Was it one-on-one or a group?
One-on-one?
Was
Well,
it like a
was him
class?
teaching me because he was like, we were all at the cabin, like hanging out, and he was just like walking by and we were all playing guitar. And
How old was Bebo?
Yeah, I was about to say, Eddie, is he that much older than us?
well, it's funny, at the time he seemed a lot older, but he was probably only in his 20s.
For sure he was, because
and
he's
I was
in his
18.
50s now.
I was 18. He was probably 25. So at the time it seemed like he was like light years older, but he was probably pretty close. But Capo too. Walked down that D, man. It was a crazy moment. It was.
Did you start growing your nails at that moment?
Yeah, well, they were already 6 feet long for Guinness, so I had. I was ready to
doing
go.
like the curly cues?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be hard?
You had-
Yeah, make it a little more difficult.
it was
because
hard,
that
yeah.
lady like keeps them in like velvet bags all the time. Like
Yeah.
she walks around with like velvet bags on.
Moisturized velvet bags.
I put mallets on them and play bass like the guy in Peter Gabriel's band. That's a pretty deep cut, but one person just really enjoyed
Well
that
done.
joke. So
I got an update for you. Bebo Norman is 44 years old old currently. He was born in 1973.
Oh, so I was right. So I'm 38. He's 44. So he was 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got to get him on the show.
We got to get him on the show,
We got to
you guys.
pivot this whole organization.
But what would you talk about, Eddie? Like you would say, hey, remember that one time at camp? You're like, no, I really don't remember that.
It would be Chris Farley doing that interview show from SNL where he's like, hey, remember that? That was awesome.
I'd like to see, well, first, I think Annie would begin to get all like really short of breath and like lose all cool. Like,
I'm sure he's married, right?
Oh, yeah. He's married. It's not a crush thing. It's like 19-year-old Annie thought he was the most talented person she'd ever experienced on a stage.
That's right. Yeah. And I would try to be pretty cool and drop like guitar stuff in there, but not seem like I'm talking guitar stuff. But definitely, I want
And
him
I'd
to
have
ask
to be
me.
cool because we're both Nashville, and you know the rules, Cameron. There's like these rules in Nashville that no matter how you know the person or how long you've known the person, or whether you think they're famous or not, you have to play like you like barely know who they are and like, casual to meet you. You know,
we're
how
just
that goes.
chill here. And I, being in Orlando, would not have to play that card at all.
No.
I would fully just be really into how great he is.
You know what would be
He's
super-
like, did you plagiarize my signature on your cast? Oh, I thought it'd be cool if you came in and said Bebo Norman. I now realize that was a criminal.
No.
Why did you write Bebo on your cast?
The thing is, he would probably be in Nashville, so he and I would be in the same place.
Yes.
So the tour in my mind was Bebo opening, Caedmon's Call second, headline Jars of Clay, peak jars.
Oh, absolutely. But also the cool thing is they would like totally throw Easter eggs in there. And so the kid that played like the Hammond organ in Caedmon's Call
would go join Jars.
You freak out. You're like, I can't even believe I'm seeing this in person right now.
Yep.
I think of that kid. He was younger than me at the time.
Yeah.
He's probably an adult. It's like Hanson. They all have like families and insurance and things. Like,
Yeah.
He's
but
like
in your
adult.
mind, he's forever that cool guy in the bootcut jeans.
That prodigy.
Playing,
He's the one of us that got out. Like, I can't believe it, man. We're all in high school, but you're touring with Caedmon's Call. Caedmon's Call with Derek Webb, right?
Yeah.
This
Right.
is like,
Again, peak Caedmon's.
Right. It's like early Beach Boys with Pete Wilson. Like, you've got the whole thing together.
It's just like that. Yeah.
Pete Wilson. Am I saying the right word? I don't think it's Pete Wilson. It's Pete. Hold on.
Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson.
I was going to say,
Oh, that's right. Lying in bed like Brian Wilson did. That's right.
Yeah.
From another classic. All right. I think we've done enough to make this show irrelevant. Let's move it back to today.
In case you missed it, Zac Efron plays a Christian punk rocker in a new movie.
Yeah.
Images from the set of a new film called Beach Bum show Zac wearing a custom denim vest with patches that include phrases like, if you've ever been to like Cornerstone and stuff back in the day,
Yes.
you've seen this kid.
Oh, yeah.
So like the patches are like, Darwin's dead, Jesus is Lord, Jesus died for you, prayer warrior, I'm not perfect, just forgiven. The movie is from controversial filmmaker Harmony Korine, the director and writer behind movies like Kids and Spring Breakers. The movie tells the story of a drifter named Moondog, played by Matthew McConaughey, who goes on. Wasn't he on in Spring Breakers too? Matthew McConaughey?
James Franco was.
James Franco was. That's right. Matthew
I like that they're interchangeable to y'all.
he goes on a sort of a spiritual quest and ends up meeting a hyper-Christian guy named Flicker, which is Zac Efron on the way. The movie also stars Isla Fisher, Snoop Dogg, and Jimmy Buffett. So
Jimmy Buffett.
yes.
Yeah,
Sure.
It takes place like in the Florida Keys. It's the greatest plot for a movie I've ever heard.
Matthew McConaughey, named Moondog, goes on a spiritual quest
Moondog.
and runs into a hyper-Christian guy, Zac Efron, who's a Christian punk rocker.
This is exactly why I have Movie Pass, because I would
Yes.
never pay to see that, but I'm going to see that because it's free.
I love that in the writer's room for this movie, they're just like, you know what? Whatever you want. Just what do you want to see on this movie? Sure.
And
Snoop Doggie's in.
they have all these pieces in place, and they're like, there's something missing. There's something missing. In the back of the room, some guy's like, Jimmy Buffett. That's it. We're making it.
Yeah.
We're making
And
it.
Snoop Dogg.
My
What?
carnivorous hat. That guy.
Yeah, this
Jimmy
sounds
Buffett.
really interesting.
Hey, in case you missed it, speaking of Matthew McConaughey, Nick Foles revealed that the two have a church connection. So after being named Super Bowl MVP, the Eagles quarterback received another big honor in the form of a full-page ad in a Texas newspaper, congratulating him on the victory from fellow famous native Texan, Matthew McConaughey. The ad said, from one local to another, congratulations, Nick Foles, just keep living.
Okay.
As Foles
He is the most Matthew McConaughey. He, at this point, is just doing an impression of people doing an impression of Matthew
Yes,
McConaughey.
for real.
Just keep living.
It's almost like Nick Cage. He's just playing the role
Have
of
y'all
Nick
seen
Cage at this
that
point.
picture and those videos of him going and like pumping up the University of Texas basketball team?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what? How did you get in there? Did you sneak in like Jesse? I just don't understand.
Yeah, he snuck in, and Coach Shaka Smart, like, he's standing there, and he just looks befuddled. Like, this guy's commandeered the team at this point. But it's like when a tornado rips through town, you just take cover and wait for it to pass. That's the strategy. You don't try to stop it. Yeah.
So as Nick explained to Jimmy Kimmel last week, he's only met Matthew McConaughey once. It was years ago. But McConaughey now attends the same church as Foles' family. So back in 2016, McConaughey explained to Esquire why he recently started going to Austin's Riverbend non-denominational church while preparing to get married. He said, "What interests me about the Bible is not the burning bushes, but finding the literal roadmaps to satisfaction, success, health. They're all over the Bible. I spent a good amount of time talking about the sacrament of marriage with our pastor, getting past that fear of, am I going to lose myself? And seeing it's not now, I'm one, and if we marry, I'm 50% of myself, and you're 50% of you. No, it's 1 and 1, and multiply and become 3.
All right.
Sounds exactly right.
Good for McConaughey, man. Not only plugging into a local church there, but he's like ensconcing himself with like families in the church. So much so that one of them, that he's only met once, when he does something good, pulls out a big ad in the newspaper. Right. I want to go to Riverbend Church and go to the church barbecue just to hang out with like McConaughey and Nick Foles, because McConaughey is like, he goes to every church event and just shows up with like the biggest thing of potato salad that he slaved over the night before.
Potato salad. That's what I wanted you to say.
Yeah.
But he's doing like it's also right. It's a very like a typical church, like, and he's probably doing like the missions minute up there and getting up there during the announcements.
And they're like, oh gosh, listen, Matthew, we got you on parking duty again this week, pal. He's going a little.
I'll do the announcements. No, we don't need to do the announcements again this week. We got to watch the time.
Yeah,
he's up there for like 12 minutes, just rambling, riffing, kind of talking to people in the crowd,
talking about going out to Joshua Tree with a bunch of peyote and whatever, and you're like, who on earth what is happening to our church?
Yeah, it's like one of those moments where someone comes up to speak in front of the church from the congregation, and the pastor is holding the mic, and like the person is clearly trying to take the mic from the pastor, and there's that weird kind of like wrestling match over it. Eddie, you've probably dealt with that before, right?
Oh, constantly. You just got to you got to fight for your right to do announcements. You know the way it is.
But the pastor never gives up the mic. That's the rule.
Never give up the mic. Never give up the mic.
100%. Never.
You hold it.
So what are you saying? You hold the mic to their mouth, and but you don't hand them the mic.
Yes.
Yeah. And you always make sure that your lapel mic is on so that they can capture every little quippy response, and that you still always have the stage. Because the moment they turn your mic down and the other person is giving an update and asking people to join children's ministry, that's the moment you've lost the church.
Yeah, that's their moment to shine at that point.
You have in theory, you have like laid down your queen and resigned the game and walk away in disgrace.
Yes.
What is laying down your queen?
I think it's a chess thing. Maybe it's lay down the king. I'm not quite sure which one.
You guys, I'm just now learning to play chess, and I'm loving it. Do y'all play chess?
I do with my 8-year-old. He loves it. We
I haven't in years. What got you into that?
My friend Tim here in Nashville, he and I play chess a lot, and it is incredibly hard. But I've never heard laying down your queen. That's what made me think of it. And I thought, he hasn't said laying down your queen yet.
Is your chessboard like near or directly under any sort of IV substance?
Mistletoe?
I don't know.
Tim, why don't you come over?
Tim, I got a new board. I can check it out. Oh, look at that.
What is happening?
In case you missed it, music mogul Scooter Braun spoke out this week about the dangers of celebrity worship. The record label owner manages artists like Justin Bieber, Kanye West, and Ariana Grande. He recently sat down for an extended interview with Bill Simmons and described why he believes so many rich and powerful people experience emotional and spiritual problems. Here's a clip.
Look, I think Justin figured out something that we talk about all the time, that is the only reason he did not go crazy. And that is that I'm going to get like spiritual on you here. But,
no, let's do it, man.
Okay. I don't think human beings were made to be worshipped. I think we were made to serve. I think we worship something upstairs, whatever it may be. I respect anybody for their beliefs, but there's something bigger than us that can be worshipped. I think as human beings, we're here to serve each other, and that's the only way we can keep our sanity. We hear all the time of a Fortune 100 CEO killing themselves, and we're like, oh, I can't believe with everything they had, they would kill themselves. But we're not surprised. But if I was to tell you, hey, there was a lifetime volunteer at a soup kitchen who killed themselves, you'd be like, that makes no sense to me. I've never heard of anything like that.
Yeah.
And it's because people who serve don't go crazy. People who give back don't go crazy. And people who don't, who just take and take and take and are worshiped and are just receiving, they lose their mind because they don't know where to give anything. So I think with celebrity, when you live on, far away by yourself and the whole world is just praising you all the time, Michael was probably at his happiest when he was helping people, but he was so alienated, he probably lost his mind.
Surprising coming from him.
Yeah.
Considering, celebrity worship, Bieber. But I mean, I think he, because of kind of, he is responsible for the rise of Bieber and is very close with Bieber, and seeing Bieber kind of the effect it's had on him, has a very interesting vantage point on that topic.
It was a really fascinating interview. There's one story that Scooter Braun told of, he's like a real entrepreneurial guy. And he, at one point in his life, he wanted to figure out like what would be the key to like long-term happiness. So he found like a guy who he felt like had it all, like a good family, nice house, the ability to kind of take nice vacations. And he asked the guy straight up, like, how much money does it take to get to where you are in life? And he figured when he had that amount of money, he could, finally find like a sense of happiness. And anyway, it was like in the tens of millions of dollars. And anyway, he said he told the story of him driving around one day. He's like 27 and some deal had come through and he was already wildly successful. And his accountant told him about some deal that had come through. And Scooter Braun ended up hanging up and calling him back. He's like, wait a minute, how much money does that make me have in all my accounts? And the accountant told him, and it was way higher at that moment than the number he had set out for himself. And he said that was one of the lowest points of his life because he realized how he didn't feel any different. And like he had set this goal, this monetary goal, and realized that doesn't really change anything. And it was a really interesting and powerful interview. I mean, I don't think, might not agree with everything he says, but it was certainly an interesting perspective.
So at New Year's, we all sat around and we played this game while we were eating of headlines we predicted for 2018. And one headline someone predicted was that Justin Bieber would release a worship album. Everything I hear like this feels like a long play. It feels like Scooter Braun setting Bieber up to now, because now I think about that headline all the time.
Oh, I think that is not far-fetched in the least. I mean,
I agree.
He's incredibly close with all of our friends at Hillsong and Judah, and goes to Judah's church, Chad Veach's church. He's involved there. I mean, conferences and everything.
He covered I Could Sing of Your Love Forever at a concert.
Half of his Instagram posts, he's listening or talking about Hillsong. He's listening to worship. And I mean, that wouldn't surprise me at all. In case you missed it, this week, Drake gave away almost $1 million in his newest music video. So a caption for the video, God's Plan, explains the budget for this video was $996,631.90. We gave it all away. Don't tell the label. The video documents him giving away a $50,000 scholarship, donating $25,000 to a Miami high school for their after-school program, paying for people's groceries, donating to a women's shelter, and more. Drake called the video the most important thing I've ever done in my career.
I loved it so much.
Yeah, I can't believe that in this day and age where people don't buy music anymore, that they still have $1 million music video.
I was going to say, how does the label have $1 million to give away in something like this? Like,
this isn't the Hype Williams era anymore. There's not like Puffy on a yacht anymore.
I got to say though, I really like I know it's like all marketing, but I still did give away $1 million. There was a lot. That was real money, and people's lives.
Which was your
really
favorite
affected.
Giveaway? Which did y'all like the most?
Mine was when it was like a family sitting on a curb and he like kind of walks up behind them and they're like shocked, first of all, that it's Drake.
Yeah.
And then, he hands them a stack of cash and it's like very clear, like the look on their face that they needed that money really badly.
Would you have Drake sign your cast?
Yes, I'd have Drake sign my cast.
Before you knew he was a philanthropist?
No. Drake now. Drake sign my cast.
Philanthropist
I'd
Drake.
punch the ground just to break my pinky, just so Drake would sign my cast after that video.
Yeah. You should see the other guy, right? Got it.
Drake's my favorite artist.
I loved that I loved the one where he let everybody in the store buy whatever they wanted. I thought that was so cool. They were throwing stuff in their cart like supermarket sweep.
Yeah, they started going crazy though. Like, started looting the whole grocery
Supermarket
store.
sweep. I mean, it turned they burned. That place burned to the ground.
He had to pay $1 million to rebuild the grocery store. It was a very sad day, actually.
Yeah. Don't tell the label. Yeah, don't tell the label. Jake just got out of there. He just ran. It's like, that wasn't Drake. That's some other guy just ran out of there.
That guy just looked like Drake.
Yeah.
Drake's wanted. He's in a lot of trouble right now for this video.
Well, lastly, in case you missed it, someone released a club-style remix of Fergie's national anthem rendition. So if you saw the NBA All-Star game, the pop singer's sultry national anthem performance became a internet sensation this week. So a YouTuber named Remix God Suede released his own version in an attempt to redeem it.
Yeah.
It's only a mild improvement. Here's a clip.
Fergie.
Oh no.
Oh, God love her.
The remix God.
Let's play some basketball.
Great.
Bless her heart.
Man, I wish I thought of doing this.
I think my favorite part.
I need all three of y'all to quit dancing to this, by the way.
I was going to say, it's catchy. It's been in my head.
it's a
Hey,
great-
look, man. Good for Fergie. Shoot your shot. You know? Like, go for it. I've heard the national anthem a million times. Try to mix it up. Look, strikes and gutters, man. Like, that's okay. It happens. At least you went out there and shot your shot. I appreciate it, Fergie.
I gotta say, the
So
best
bad.
part of that to me was just how they kept cutting back to Steph Curry, almost daring him. Like, he's cool. Everybody else is smiling. Chance puts his head down. Cut back to Steph. No, he's still cool.
You know what it was? It was like I saw somebody post this on the internet, and they cut those all the player reactions. They kind of spliced them all together, and it said it's like when somebody acts up in class, and the teacher says next person who laughs is going to the principal's office. And if you look at their faces, they're all trying not to laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Except for Draymond. He don't care. Take me away.
Draymond, he just lowered his head and laughed.
Yeah, it was astonishing.
It really was amazing. I didn't watch it. I know that shocks y'all, but I didn't watch it until I heard about it. And then I thought, oh, this can't be that bad. And then I started watching. I was like, I can't finish this. This like hurts.
Yeah.
What were you? I saw you tweet about you got into an internet wormhole of watching Fergie performances.
Oh yeah,
I did. Because I remember her from Kids Incorporated. Like I've long been a fan.
Oh yeah.
Kids Incorporated, but then obviously the Black Eyed Peas. I mean, most
Certainly.
famously.
Yeah.
Certainly. And there was a time, this is going to sound like I'm bragging, but it has nothing to do with my skill. There was a time that I was in a dressing room with a band. I was traveling with a band and I was in the dressing room with Black Eyed Peas at the Grammys.
Oh sure.
Right.
Cool. Pretty normal. You still can't sign my cast, but go ahead.
And I thought they were super nice. So I've been a fan and I liked her and she was very nice up close. And so then I just started, and I thought every time I've heard her sing, it was fine. And she didn't make it this far without being able to sing at all. So yeah, I got into a real deep place of listening to her singing live. And there's not much worse than the national anthem, to be fair, for her. She doesn't have a whole list of terrible. It was a Mariah moment for sure.
Oh man,
I was shocked that she won 8 Grammys. They said before she came out.
Well, Black Eyed Peas.
Well, I understand that, but I'm just saying I was pretty.
I mean, she's had some.
she's a talented musician.
I wouldn't call
this is a
myself.
bad moment.
Well, Will.i.am is
So Black Eyed Peas were around 98, 2000, 2002, doing amazing kind of like they were kind of the predecessor to what Kanye came out of, backpack rap kind of stuff, and they were struggling though. They were kind of like indie, underground, never really had a breakout hit or anything like that. And their label gave them an ultimatum. They had like one last shot at an album or else they were going to be dropped. And Will went and found Fergie and added her to the group as a female vocalist for the hooks and stuff like that. And then that album exploded and they became superstars.
Just need to go pop in order to not get dropped in their label.
That's right. They had to go pop. So he signed Fergie.
Yeah.
And so like, Fergie, everybody associates with Black Eyed Peas. They had like 4 albums out before her.
Yeah.
But she helped make them
Are they
another
done
level.
now?
Oh, they're just so massive. I mean, like they don't need
They'll
to
probably
put out.
drop something at some point.
Yeah,
But they've kind of become a degree of a caricature of.
Well, I think it's like a Pharrell situation. Pharrell just got interested in other things. He didn't need to do any RD or anything anymore. He was in so many things behind the scenes. I think Will's a lot like that.
And then 15 years later,
and he'll come
drops
back
it.
around with the. I think in the next 5 years we'll see another Black Eyed Peas
You know
album.
who's really waiting? That other guy in the Black Eyed Peas. Anybody know his name?
There's
dances,
three guys and Fergie.
Yeah.
and
It's Will.i.am, Fergie,
and the other
those-
two guys who dance sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mohawk
they
and
were
long
not
hair.
nice backstage
Right?
at the
Yeah,
Grammys.
that's
all
like
that.
their
Oh, they were not
hairstyles.
nice.
That one wasn't. The other one was
Long
not
hair
nice.
or mohawk?
The Asian one,
Oh,
Long hair.
Long hair.
oh, I see.
Yeah.
Long hair.
Yeah.
He was not friendly.
not friendly, not even 1% friendly. And I was with people that
Was he like? Did he go out of his way to be mean to you?
It wasn't. What if I was like, yes? No, he.
Did you ask him to sign your cast or something? I mean,
did.
like
That was the weird
that
part.
was the
I asked him
weird
to sign
part.
my cast. No, he just wasn't nice. The others were like talkative and kind, and he just acted like everyone was a bother.
Well,
Terrible. He may listen to the show and be like, "She's a jerk." I was busy, or
well,
I was
one, he
sad,
doesn't
or-
listen to the show, and also everybody is a bother when you really stop. Maybe he's just being honest, right? Everybody's got
Yeah.
a thing
I
to
always
say.
connect
Fergie
with
was
him
faking
the
our
most,
friendship.
to be honest with you.
Yeah, long hair was always my favorite one.
I never really liked Will's optimism and friendliness.
Yeah.
I really connected with long hair's kind of keep it real kind of motif.
I like how he doesn't
Be
play any
abrasive.
instruments. He doesn't have a microphone. He doesn't appear to have any official capacity in this group except for dancing.
I believe he does. He runs all of the social media. I think that's his job.
Will owed him a favor from high school, and so he
Yeah,
cashed it in and
right,
said, "Make me part of
He's,
the group."
he's like, hey man, you're in the band. He's like, I don't sing or play any instruments and am completely tone deaf. And he's like, okay, tell you what, can you grow your hair long and dance around? All right, you're in.
I'd also like to just real quickly just respond to people who will comment on the virtue of how much they love long hair and what his name is and how good of a musician
Yeah.
he is, and they're getting frustrated with us.
Yeah, we don't care.
Okay.
Do not care at all.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I,
Yeah, I
no
don't
long
think
hair
he has
fans
very
out
many
there.
defenders, Eddie.
yeah, no.
There's
It's
going to
like-
be one or two.
It's like P-Rock or something like that. It's some like made up name. It's like Will.i.am, P-Rock, and Jazz or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what lives in you, Cameron. Names like P-Rock.
It's P-Rock and Jazz or something.
You're
It's
just
like
as weird as
Will.i.am,
Jesse.
P-Rock, and Jazz, and
Yeah.
then Fergie.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Dave Michelson. That's his name.
David
He
Michelson.
didn't change his name.
All right.
Robert Montgomery the
Taboo.
Eighth.
It is taboo. It's taboo. That's right. He just looked it up.
I can't even pronounce the other person's name.
P-Rock.
Mohawky?
Taboo.
APL period with no space DE period AP.
Don't
Apple D8.
Apple and Taboo both sound like
Oh,
really
Apple D8,
hip,
okay.
like rooftop bars that you can go to. You know,
Or like famous people's baby names.
Yeah, Apple Dip.
Apple dip.
Here, there's a pronunciation. Hold on.
Is there like a YouTube video that teaches you how to pronounce it?
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's pulling it up.
I love this show.
We're pulling up a YouTube video. How to pronounce
I say this every once in a
Apple
while.
dip.
I could have written down 100 things we'd talk about, and I had to go the 100 most random things I could have ever.
Bebo. Bebo's fingernails.
Dauber from Coach and the long hair guy from Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah,
We've
Never-
really done a thing today.
That guy's the Mohawk one.
Oh, Mohawky is Apple
Taboo
Dip.
is the long hair guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taboo's long hair.
Yeah.
Mohawky is apple dip. I mean, if nobody quotes you saying that, they've really missed out.
Apple.de.ap.
Oh,
Apple the app. I think it's Apple the app. I really think it's Apple the app.
de.ap.
They keep on. Maybe this is a bad video for this.
this is a terrible.
Apple.de.ap.
It literally says how to pronounce it, but it's just spelling
It's
it.
just Siri reading it, basically.
All right. Well, that'll do it for it. In case you missed it, stay tuned. Up next, Slices.
I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story was different with me. God's plan, God's plan. I hold back sometimes I won't. Yeah. I feel good sometimes I don't. Hey, no. I finesse down Western Road. Hey, next. Might go down to G.O.D. Yeah, wait. I go hard on Southside G. Yeah, wait. I make sure that Northside eat. And still,
You're listening to Drake. Song is God's Plan.
bad things.
At the beginning of the
There's a lot of
podcast, you heard
bad
Cash
things
Cash
that they wish
with
and
Jewel
wish and
featuring Nikki Viana. Well, this week's show is brought to you by Audible.
Ooh.
Audiobooks are great for helping you be a better you, whether you want to feel healthier, get motivated, or learn something new. You could try books like, money stuff. You could do Rich Dad, Poor Dad on Audible. Or
Very good book. Very good book.
Yeah. Healthy You. You could do like The Sleep Revolution or The Power of Habit. I've listened to that one. That one's great. A Successful You, The 4-Hour Work Week. That book, I did The 4-Hour Body, that same author.
Tim Ferriss,
Tim Ferriss,
Yeah.
4-Hour Work Week's on Audible.
Hey,
Inspired
Chandler,
you.
that's one for you, The 4-Hour Work Week.
Inspired you.
Burn, Chandler.
Just not as productive. Braving the Wilderness is on there. Daily Self-Discipline. Or Annie F. Downs' book,
Looking for Lovely.
Hey, question. Who reads that? Is it me?
I read Looking for Lovely
Morgan
for Audible.
Freeman.
You
Morgan
read your
Freeman.
own book. It makes sense.
No, that most authors do. Not most, but the ones
Yeah.
with good voices do.
Yeah, that's right.
People, the ones with voices.
No,
Good
good
voices.
voices.
Good voices.
Oh, thanks. I'll take that.
I think
Annie, was there a lot of pressure reading the book? Like, I feel like that would be. I feel like what would on paper to say this is a 3-day project. I'd be 2 weeks in, being so self-conscious of reading page after page. How long did it take you to read your book?
It took me
How many
2
takes?
full work days. It was terrible. It's like 15 hours of reading. It was really, but they speed it up. It is not 15 hours of listening, but it takes a long time to read your own work.
Well, Audible helps you listen to more books by letting you switch seamlessly between devices, picking up exactly where you left off. So whether it's on your phone or through your car or from a tablet or at home on your Amazon Echo, you can get through tons of books while doing almost anything. Audible members get a credit every month, good for any audiobook in their store, regardless of price. And unused credits roll over to the next month.
I love Audible. I listen to it so much.
You know what? And if you don't like your audiobook, you can exchange it.
I've done
no
that.
questions asked. Have you? Don't tell us which one you exchanged.
It was a terrible book, and I was like a couple minutes into it, and I was like, I can't fill my mind with this.
Yeah.
And I returned it.
50 Shades of Grey.
It
Oh my
was
gosh.
that one I kept.
Oh my God.
You can start a 30-day trial and get your first audiobook for free by going to audible.com/relevant or text relevant to 500-500. Again, that's audible.com/relevant or text relevant to 500-500.
Annie, are you going to be doing your new book? Are you doing your own book?
Yes, I will read the new one that comes out in October. I'll read it. Yep.
Interesting.
Okay, it's time for Slices. What do you have, Jesse?
Be happy to do it. If you
Okay,
can.
so guys, you know me. I'm really into the law, the legal system. I think it's the cornerstone.
I thought you were into being a scofflaw.
Yeah.
I mean, anything to do with the law. I've talked about my love of sea law. You've heard my theories that you can commit any crime you want if you are airborne at the time. So if I were to jump in the air and punch Eddie in the face, I'm in international air territory.
Right.
Outside the jurisdiction.
Okay, all right.
So I have a lot of theories about the law, and I think the law is a very important thing.
I think most of your interaction with the law is thinking about how to subvert it.
Precisely. But in this case, this is finally someone who's like-minded like me in a lot of ways, but is trying to use the law on her side to expose something and blow something wide open, people. I'm talking about Claudia Ackley, a resident of California, who last year says she was on a hike in the San Bernardino Mountains when she saw an 800-pound cryptoid hiding in the trees. That's right. She saw Bigfoot, a Sasquatch, in the mountains in California. And now, she's convinced that it's out there, and she's convinced that the law enforcement in California know about Bigfoot. She has filed a lawsuit, and the lawsuit, again, that's going to be heard in the Superior Court of the state of California, will be in an attempt to force authorities in California to acknowledge the existence of the Sasquatch. She is suing to get them to try to get authorities to say that they've seen this Bigfoot out there too. And I love her reasons why. Not only does she say that this could be potentially the biggest threat or the biggest discovery in recent human history, but also, I mean, if they know Bigfoot's out there and they're not saying anything, they're posing a real threat. She says that these Bigfoots could literally attack at any time, and it's their responsibility. They're the authorities to at least acknowledge it and warn the good people of California. This case is going to be heard this month in California. Guys, I'm hoping this one goes all the way to Supreme Court.
800 pounds seems really unreasonable for a Sasquatch. Have you ever seen my 600-pound life? 800 pounds would never be able to travel.
No. I came hiking in the mountains of Uganda, came face to face with an 800-pound silverback gorilla.
Yeah.
That would be the size of Sasquatch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and she didn't actually weigh. I mean, that was her estimate, but she has spent a lot of time in her life studying these American primates. She thinks it's some kind of, gorilla or some sort of weird undiscovered species that they know is hiding. It doesn't make any sense why the authorities in California would be hiding this, but I'm just glad she's taken it around. Here's my problem with a lot of Bigfoot hunters, right? They make a lot of promises and they can't back it up.
That's right.
Yeah, no follow
because
through.
their methods are always foiled by Bigfoot. When are we going to learn? They're way smarter than us. Okay, I can have a TV crew and hundreds of thousands of dollars in a show called Finding Bigfoot and never lay eyes on one because they're outsmarting us. I've seen them. They got motion detector cameras. They come back. They run out of the tents in the middle of the night. Something set off the motion detectors. Guess what? It's a deer every time. I've watched 3 seasons. I've wasted countless hours of my life on this show. They never find him. Someone's singing outside the box and going different, okay? They're not going to actually look for him. They're going to sue. They're going to use the legal system to find Bigfoot. Right. And I applaud Claudia, and I hope she blows it wide open. Like I said, I hope this goes to the Supreme Court. I want to see what Neil Gorsuch is made out of. Like, this is the case that the people who elected, our officials that wanted him in. This is where it is. Is he going to expose this thing for what it is, or are they going to continue to bury it? The legal system's on our side here.
This is like Area 51, man. The government must have a reason to keep it under wraps.
Yeah, your passion for this, Jesse, is inspiring.
It's unmatched. What was the movie we watched when we were little about, did y'all watch this movie? There was a Sasquatch who lived with a family. What was it called?
Harry and the Hendersons, of course.
Oh, gosh, I love that movie.
Based on a true story. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was a documentary, actually.
One of John Lithgow's finest performances.
Bebo Norman retired at the end of 2013.
Yes.
On a podcast with Andrew Osinga. Last fall. Yes. He explained that since then he spent time as a stay-at-home dad.
Yes.
Started a home renovation business and a supply company, and has studied to become a physician's assistant.
Well,
so there you go.
That's my one degree, Andy Osenga. That's my one degree of how we get to Bebo.
He said his music had been written out of a place of conflict, desperation, and loneliness, which were very prevalent in his 20s. But after getting married in 2003, his priorities shifted, and he started to map out an exit strategy from the life of a touring musician.
And he got a degree in cryptozoology, and now he's in crypto law. It's an emerging field of lawyers who litigate cases with cryptological creatures or mythical beasts. There's only one of them right now, and he's only got one case, but it's emerging. Good for him.
But that's why he has to know how to build the traps, and the physician assistant thing is the biology stuff to learn about them. He just piecing together the skills he needs to be a good cryptozoologist.
There's just more to the Bebo story. Yeah, there's more to the Bebo story than we know.
Yeah. He lives in the hills of Tennessee for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So anyway, keep your eye. I'm absolutely going to bring an update on this case. I'd like to, Cameron, work into the budget. I'm going to publicly request this, is that I go cover this case in person in San Bernardino. I think this is our generation's OJ trial. I need to be there.
The Kimmy Schmidt trial back in Indiana. You got to go there and cover it.
Yeah,
I got to. I want to meet the courtroom sketch artist for this. I'll probably sit right behind her because I'm kind of fascinated with that job too. Take rigorous notes. Go on a couple Bigfoot hikes. It'll kind of be. I'll do a serial spinoff for our listeners. True crime. Please send me out there. I think this could rage on for about a year and a half. So I'm relocating.
Spoiler alert, the end of his, 12-hour saga.
Yeah.
It was a deer.
Turns out it was she just saw a deer. It was a reasonably large deer.
Definitely just a normal sized deer walking through the driveway.
Yeah.
She was just pretty terrified.
Yeah. She was intoxicated and it was a deer. I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna save you all 30 hours of true crime podcast. I'm pinging cell phone towers. I'm going deep. She got drunk and saw a deer, guys. That was it. It was it was a dog. It was a dog. She was in her house.
But then you do like another 2 episodes talking about your feelings.
She got her wisdom teeth out. She mixed some medication. She saw a dog.
Wisdom teeth
in her own home, and the final reveal is worth it after you've invested those 30 hours.
What do you have, Annie?
Well, I bring to you today a slice from the future. You guys, I love this so much.
Bless you.
A time traveler returned from the year 3300 with chilling warnings of catastrophic future that he would give everything to stop. You guys, this guy claims that he was born. Hold on, let me find it. He claims he was born on December 1st, 3258 in the European Empire. This is a real news article. He was drafted into the army at the age of 18, was made to wear a uniform of gold, and saw everything that happened in 3260. And he says they do not use fuel or gas in the future, but we receive all of our energy from sun batteries. There are no trees. There are very few animals. But he said what he hated the most were the robots, adding they were everywhere. Sorry, I think this is so good. He says that the future is catastrophic. It's tragic. He says that a war begins on September 21st, 3300. He's 42, and that people have to run and hide. And it's a war against robots. It's a total war against robots, which I think, Jesse, you've predicted that, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, well, it's obvious. The writing's on the wall for that one.
Yeah.
At this point, he's really just recounting Wall-E, but keep going.
Right. Yeah. He says that the battle, this particular war that got him to us, only 800 people could hide and survive, and that was it. And in a matter of a month, only 250 people were left on the planet, and they had only managed to kill 12 robots. So after getting attacked again, the man traveled back in time and knew the only way to win was to destroy that life and come warn us. So
is this a different time traveler than the other guy? Because there's another time traveler that came forward this week, and he actually brought with him a picture from 5,000 years in the future that he says shows L.A. underwater. Did you see that guy?
Really? No.
These time travelers are popping up everywhere with these warnings.
I mean, that's crazy. How
if one
in
of them
the world?
comes back to like battle Elon Musk, so the whatever he's creating doesn't get started. We know, I mean,
new Terminator.
Obviously, we've all seen the Boston Dynamics videos. These robots are opening the door, holding them for their friends. They're scurrying out like cockroaches.
Right. Yeah. Well, do you guys watch Black Mirror?
I've heard about it, and I know the reference you're making. It's terrifying.
They have an episode in this new season where it's basically a prolonged chase scene between one of those Boston Dynamic little 4-legged dogs. That's like, in the future, these things basically take over. They don't look that menacing, but they're unstoppable. And when you watch those Boston Dynamics video, there's one of them doing backflips off of like boxes and stuff. They are literally creating like robot parkour ninjas for combat. Yeah. It seems like a terrible, terrible idea.
Yeah, this guy said all the weapons were gone except laser guns. All they had left to use against the robots were laser guns. That doesn't seem
that bad, though. I actually like that future.
Laser guns are the best.
I heard an interview this morning on NPR with the writer of Black Mirror. They were talking about something else, but he said that they're talking about science fiction actually and stuff, which obviously he's pivotal in right now. And he said that when it comes to new technologies, he's thinking about the future, like his fascination with it is simply that he is a massive, massive worrier. And he was like, when all these new technologies are happening so rapidly, maybe there should be like a panel of immense warriors to let us move forward with these or not, he is definitely not an optimist about the good that technological advances can have on society. He is one who sees the impending doom that they will inevitably bring.
1,300 years. They're what bring us down.
I mean, when you said the year that he was coming back from, my first thought was, we made it that long.
Yeah, that's
good
like,
for us.
Okay. Not that many trees left, but I thought it'd be way worse.
Yeah. I want somebody to come back from 2021 and tell us it's going to be all right.
Did we make it to 2021?
Yeah. Okay. Thank goodness. We're gonna be okay. Okay. Now listen, you guys can just rip on me for this, but like the idea of time travel isn't really completely unfounded, right? Like it could possibly happen that someone could travel back in time to right now.
Do you know? Because like, what if this is real? I thought that too this morning, Eddie.
Well, I think they say like theoretically, time travel is possible, but only forward. Like because you could you could move fast enough where you're actually moving faster than time, and so that you could move through time at a rate like so. What would take like you could if you were theoretically traveling fast enough in space for like a year, and you got back to Earth, like 25 years would have gone by, you know. But I think you can only go one way theoretically. I don't think anyone speculates you can actually move back in time, even in theory.
Okay.
Really?
So the theory is only going forward, not going back.
Yeah. There really is a theory like that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's observable. So you can put a clock here on, you can put two. So let's say you have two clocks that are exactly the same, right? Okay. You can have one here on Earth, and you can put one, on like a craft that will move faster in space and bring it back to Earth. The clocks will show two different times. It's not that anything happened differently in the clocks. It's that they were measuring time, but time was moving at a different speed depending on how fast the clocks were.
Well, you don't. Okay. I mean,
that's the theory of relativity. The faster you're moving, it's the slower that time moves. That time itself. So like I said, if you were to measure that with your body, if you were moving theoretically fast enough, you wouldn't have aged as much as, people on Earth would have, because time itself was moving at a different
billionaires
speed.
just like hunker down and live in planes that are always flying.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be moving really fast.
So like time feels like it's going the same way that it would on Earth, but when you come back, everything has progressed.
Yeah. Yeah. So you still feel like you've been up there for like a year, but when you come back, like 20 years would have passed. Right. But to you, time feels the same.
I put my trash out on Wednesday afternoon. Right. I fly to DC for a trip, come back on Friday. It's gone.
That's crazy.
Wow. You explain that in terms of science. Right? The thing is, planes moving pretty quickly.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's to my understanding, that's what you're saying, right, Jess?
Precisely.
That's fascinating.
I mean,
truly,
it's really all about
that you can only go forward and not go
trash
backwards.
collection.
So that guy could have gotten into the future. The problem with the theory is that he couldn't have gotten back to warn us.
Yeah.
And he's wearing like a hoodie and a wedding ring and jeans. I'm like, so in 1,000 years, do we dress exactly the same? Like, did you show up naked and we had to buy you local clothes, or is that still what we're wearing?
Yeah.
Pretty comfortable though.
Yeah, certainly. He looks real relaxed. They won't show his face, which I think is interesting.
Why didn't he wear the gold suit and just cash that in? Like, if I want to prove I'm from the future, hey, you know what would be pretty convincing? A gold suit and a laser gun. Not jeans and a t-shirt. I'm not buying it, guy.
Yeah, bring back some sort of, like, if you were to go back in time, take a cell phone with you.
Yes, take an artifact.
Show them a smartphone to prove this advanced technology. Don't wear jeans and a t-shirt and try to blend in.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
And a wedding ring, so someone's married to this dude.
I'm suspicious. Eddie, what do you have?
Well, bringing it back to right now, the day that this show comes out, Friday, is competing with the closing ceremonies of the Winter Olympics.
Competing.
Right. It's coming out at the same time.
In the hearts and minds of our listeners.
That's why literally no one will listen to the show on Friday, because it's closing ceremonies time. And we understand that there's one more chance to root for America.
I have literally watched 3 minutes of curling by accident, and that's all I've seen of the entire Olympics. Other than the video highlights of the Hungarian/Californian half pipe skier who kind of juked the system.
And that is my slice. So we need to talk about
this
her.
is the greatest story of the Olympics.
Elizabeth
this is
Swanee,
a movie one day.
Yeah, and Jesse, in fairness to Jesse, I texted Jesse this last night and said, please make this my slice. He said it was going to be mine. So Jesse, let's just do this.
Annie later texted me and asked if she could use it. So everyone, we need to talk about this.
Let's all do this together, because Elizabeth Swanee is our hero. So here's the way it works. There is this.
She'd be my hero if she was in on the joke, but every media report said that there was no wink in her press conference. There was no slight smirk.
No, that's
she's very earnest. And
let's wait till she gets back to the States.
Sad.
Maybe she wants to be on her home turf before she does the wink and smirk.
Yeah, I still think she's amazing. So here's what she did. So there is a sport within the Olympics, and it's on the half pipe, but instead of being on snowboard, everybody's on skis. So you can picture it. This is going to be sort of a visual slice that I have to talk you through. So people go
Theater
through.
of the mind.
They drop off and they're on just like regular old skis, like old people skis. And so they go back and forth on the half pipe, right? So she goes up, they do a trick, do like a 360 or whatever, go back down the half pipe they go. They do like 4 or 5 tricks. That's the sport. But it's a relatively new / not popular sport. So it is in the Olympics this year, and Elizabeth Swanee of, I believe, California found a loophole in the system. Because her grandparents are Hungarian, she was able to qualify for the not American team. She was able to qualify for, I guess it was the Hungarian team, right?
She previously, I think she previously competed for Venezuela or attempted it because her mother's Venezuelan. Yeah.
Yes. So basically, if you have any heritage within your family, you can compete for that country. So because it's a really uncommon sport, what she was able to do is essentially there are 30 total spots in this sport for the Olympics. Every single country gets, I think, 4 spots. Now, there are some countries like the U.S. that could have filled all 30 with these professional athletes. There are some countries that could fill none, but doesn't matter the size of the country. It was very democratic in this sense. Every country got 4. So what she decides to do is try to qualify for Hungary, where there was basically no one qualifying, and all she had
Hungary.
My apologies. Hungary. Hungostria.
I think that's somebody in Black Eyed Peas.
So the only thing
you feel like she's working out her callback muscles.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like here,
the Black Eyed Peas person. Yeah,
that's like an intermediate callback.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's good.
I'm proud of that.
That's a good
you
one.
should be.
Yeah.
We are affirming you, and audience, we are also affirming Annie. She's doing a great job on the podcast.
She's fantastic.
Louise. So anyway, let's make this very long slice a little bit shorter. What she is able to do is essentially by just skiing and not falling, she was able to qualify for Hungostria. And she was able to get into the Olympics. She had
but real quick.
Yeah.
Just for context, there, it wasn't like she knew what she was doing because she would intentionally go to qualifying events where the really good skiers were at another event, and so some of them she literally some of them she didn't even commit. A lot of them she didn't even compete. She just signed up and finished in the top 30 because she was just signed up for it.
Because there are so few people, to finish in the top 30 basically just means be there.
Right.
So eventually she's
brilliant. She literally learned all the loopholes to keep progressing.
Very small. And so eventually she does an Olympic run, which made it onto television. Like people are watching around the world. And I will post this. We will find a way to post
announcers.
this.
Do we have a clip of the announcers? They're just so dumbfounded.
They are. It's
so
the
what
best.
happens is she drops in, and normally they drop in, get a lot of speed, up a couple flips. Oh my gosh. She just gently rocks from side to side. She can
She's a very average, capable, but average skier.
It is an average skier. She barely clears the lip at all. So essentially, she's just going.
She goes up and turns and goes back
around
down.
And comes down.
Which is difficult for an average skier.
And turns around and comes down and basically skates into total last place, but was in the Olympics. Now, of course, the joke with her is, you're saying there wasn't a wink, there wasn't a smile. Maybe
the media report said that of the press conference. She was genuinely disappointed and upset that she did not qualify.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Are you serious?" And she had like no ounce of irony.
But she also has done a couple things like this. Like she ran for the mayor or for the governor of California when she was 19.
Right.
Like she's
one of those.
She's got a history of finding a way to do this stuff.
Yeah.
She's pranking the public.
Going. My money is that she is really, really funny.
She's chopping steel on another level.
Exactly. She got into the Olympics and competed.
Yeah. In 3 months, there's going to be a document.
In the World Cup.
Here it is.
13th in the half pipe at Secret Garden earlier in the year. What can she deliver on here in Pyeongchang?
Liz Swaney dropping in trying to get into this right wall for a nice, just getting up to the top of the wall, going for these grabs, the safety grab you'll see there, and then opting for another, just cruising up to the top of the wall.
It looks like something at a ski resort.
Can make it down.
Cruising.
Going for the alley-oop spin down at the bottom, onto the left, and then a nice cruise 360 to switch, trying to show
all
that
she had to
has
do
a
was
little
not
style
crash.
down at the bottom.
But she didn't crash.
She didn't crash. I
She
think
did better than me.
I think 2 or 3 months out, there's a documentary. The whole thing has been. I think they've been following her for a while. I think this is a whole
She
thing.
wore Stars and Stripes goggles because it was the cheapest ones available at the athlete store. That's what she said.
I love her.
Yeah.
I just really love this whole thing.
I just feel like Johnny Knoxville may be behind this. And we'll see that Sunday.
No, totally.
This is like Kaufman-esque.
Yeah, she's a hero. She is the hero the world needs right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a certain amount of hours you have to put in qualifying stuff to even make it to the Olympics. And so like the other real athletes that were there, none of them had an issue with her. I mean, they were like, we're not going to, I mean, she put in the hours just like we did. We're not going to like bash her or anything.
Yeah.
But people want to say like, well, if she doesn't get the joke, then she's just kind of like crazy. The problem is it took a lot.
Yeah, premeditation.
Yeah. She works for 2 startups in San Francisco. I don't think she's crazy.
No.
I think she's brilliant.
No, yeah. She gets
but
the whole
again,
thing.
like, why would you, when it's all said and done, kind of give us the smirk. Let us know that you're in on it.
Right.
Except unless she just keeps waiting and we get the smirk in months from now.
That's what I'm telling you is going to happen. She's going to get safely on her home turf. You don't smirk in South Korea. It's dangerous. You just don't do it there. You just bring it home and then you
waste our
smirk.
time? You made a mockery of our Olympics sort of a thing.
She's still in, while you're an Olympic athlete, I mean, in theory, she's going to march in the closing ceremonies.
Right.
Like she's still got work to do.
Yeah, that's right. When she gets home.
I'm disappointed she didn't just like ski right down the middle of the half pipe. Just not even attempt to hit the lip.
Yeah. Oh, I love her. Anyhow, we got to keep following this story. It brings me such joy.
Yeah, let's just we're on smirk watch now.
Oh yeah, she's gonna smirk.
Smirkgate.
Yeah.
All right. That'll do it for Slices. Well, stay tuned. Up next, Jon Foreman joins us. Listening to Frankie Cosmos. The song is Jesse, inspired by the true story. Well, Switchfoot frontman and solo artist Jon Foreman recently set out to perform 25 concerts in a span of just 24 hours. More impressive than the Olympic halfpipe skier. The feat was chronicled in his new documentary, 25 and 24. This spring, Jon will be taking the film on the road and performing concerts at screenings around the country during the 25 and 24 tour that kicks off next week. We recently spoke with Jon about the film and how music helps foster community. Here is Jon Foreman.
For the uninitiated, what is 25 in 24? What was the premise of that whole experience?
Yeah, so 25 and 24 is a movie about my friends and I attempting to play 25 shows in 24 hours. And this crazy idea was born from these after shows that I would do, which would be kind of spontaneous pop-up performances after the show was done, which would happen in a park or cafe, bar, wherever really. And these spontaneous performances, I think they had this special charm to them in that everyone was equal. There was no stage, and I felt like it brought people together in a way that was unique, and I wanted to see what would happen if I did 25 of these spontaneous shows around my own hometown, how it would bring people together.
Did you anticipate anything specifically about doing shows back to back to back to back like this, like why turn that philosophy of performing into, I think what some people would call like a stunt and turn it into a marathon experience?
I think I wanted to embrace the chaos. I think that music is very often staged by definition. You tune the instruments, you set the lights, you get everything ready, and there's no opposing team. You know, any athlete has an entire team trying to stop him or her from doing what they do best. And that seems like life is much more like sport than the stage. And so I feel like embracing chaos in this particular manner was my attempt to bring these songs to bear upon real life rather than just the spotlight and the stage.
That's cool, man. And speaking of embracing chaos, I can imagine that the experience came with some challenges. So what was perhaps the most unexpected challenge of doing 25 shows in 24 hours?
Oh, the most unexpected challenge was the emotional difference from one show to the next. And what I mean by that is they were in such different, disparate environments. So, for example, one show would be at a children's hospital, and then the next show would be, you know, at my high school per se, or at a wedding, or at an organ, hearing my mom play the pipe organ for the first time. You know, these different things that I think I wasn't prepared for the highs and the lows back to back to back.
It sounds like you almost expected it to be sort of samey from show to show, but it wasn't like that.
Yeah, you know, so many of my friends flew in from out of town, I mean, literally from all over the world. And so every show would have a different ensemble of characters playing different instruments. And every show felt so unique. And to kind of try and weave a thread, emotionally kind of weaving this thread throughout the narrative of the day became really difficult.
Was kind of in that vein of people, you know, coming from all over the world to have a part in this experience. Was there a surprise element that was pleasant? What was the pleasant surprise of doing this?
The pleasant surprise was seeing community form. I think that, especially in the times that we live in, community happens less and less. And I think music breaks down the barriers in a way that very few mediums do, and specifically live music, where suddenly you have people from all sorts of different socioeconomic backgrounds contributing and participating in the same song. And suddenly the differences don't matter as much as what's similar. And I think that that was probably the joy, the highlight of the whole thing, was to see not only the people playing the music, but the people listening coming together. You know, people started carpooling, people who had never heard these songs before, who had never heard of me, were kind of hopping from show to show. And, you know, 3:00 in the morning playing a gas station with all these people from around the world singing the same song. Those are definitely memories that were the highlights.
That was Jon Foreman. Make sure to check out his new documentary, 25 and 24.
Awesome guy. He does a lot to write Low on Arms. I really respect him a lot.
You're listening to Porches. The song is Now the Water. I think it's after the you put on the robe. you know, and then they plug your nose and they're about to lean you back. Okay, now the water, this is what they play.
Right.
Like, this is what's coming.
Getting baptized.
Yeah, it's a baptism song.
Right.
It's about baptism. Well, this week's show is also brought to you by Simple Contacts.
Ooh, I have
Simple
questions about
Contacts is a convenient way to renew your contact lens prescription and reorder your brand of contacts from anywhere in minutes. It's vision care simplified. Here's how it works. If you need to renew your prescription, you can take a 5-minute vision test from your phone or computer. It's reviewed by a licensed doctor. You receive a renewed 1-year prescription and reorder your contacts right there.
Clever.
If you have an unexpired prescription, just upload a photo or your doctor's info and order your lenses. Simple Contacts is convenient. You can renew your prescription and reorder your brand of contacts from anywhere in minutes. No more doctor's offices or waiting rooms. It's fast, it's reliable, and it offers all the brands of lenses you're familiar with, including options for astigmatism, multifocal lenses, colored contacts, and more.
Yes, cat's eye contacts. That's what I want to talk about. Or contacts like that Arnold Schwarzenegger wore in Batman. I want some of those kinds of contacts.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll get on the horn with them and see if they can do my prescription. It'd be great.
You can save a ton of time and money compared with a doctor's office visit. And right now, they're offering relevant podcast listeners a special offer. You can get $30 off your first order if you go to simplecontacts.com/relevant or enter code relevant at checkout. Remember that simplecontacts.com/relevant or enter code relevant at checkout to get $30 off.
And a free set of Michael Jackson Thriller contact lenses.
Oh, by the way, this isn't a replacement for your periodic full eye health exam. That's the lawyer fine print at the end. This isn't a replacement for your periodic full eye health.
I don't think they were inferring that it was, but I appreciate it.
It's just a good way to reorder.
No, it's nice for them to say.
Every 2 months, we tell you about the new issue of Relevant, some behind the scenes stuff and things like that. And we will get to that in a minute. But I wanted to tell you a couple of things first. One, for this segment, we've shuffled the deck a little bit on who's around the mics. We wanted to bring in the crew that was most pivotal in putting this issue together. So welcome to the podcast, managing editor Andre Henry.
Yo.
Also from Nashville, Tennessee, our senior editor Tyler Huckabee.
Hey, y'all.
And Jesse's here with me as well.
I am still here.
Okay, so, we always do this to tell you a little bit about the new issue of Relevant that's shipping now. This issue is a little different than most, but for one simple fact. It is our 15-year anniversary in print.
Whoop.
It is that's kind of crazy. I mean, in this day and age, it's almost like... I don't know the stats, but I remember like when we started the magazine in 2003 in print, the stats I was reading at that time were like, it was dumber to start a magazine than starting a restaurant.
Really?
Yeah. More restaurants started and went out of business, but there were more magazines that started and went out of business within the first year.
Wow.
So the fact that we made it out of that year and let alone 15 is remarkable.
Goodness.
And we're really grateful for all of you listening, supporting, reading, buying it over the years, and that we're still around, able to do this is really it's a minor miracle.
Yeah.
And so, for this edition of the magazine, we wanted to do something special. So, because we like literal things, we took 15 pages to look back about the 15 years of what's kind of happened.
It's appropriate.
Yeah, we didn't want to like talk about our journey or our past issues or things like that, but we want to talk about kind of Relevant's unique vantage point at the intersection of faith and culture, kind of covering what God is doing this generation. We've had a unique perspective on things. A lot has changed in the last 15 years. The world. Our generation, very different 15 years ago than today. So we got some of our friends who have been pivotal in both leading what's happened over the last 15 years, but also covering what's happened over the last 15 years. So in the magazine, Propaganda joined us. Sarah Pulliam Bailey, who's a religion reporter for the Washington Post. Eugene Cho, who's an author and pastor in Seattle, an activist. Jon Foreman, the frontman of Switchfoot. Don Miller, who's an author and speaker. And Kim Walker-Smith, a worship leader. So bringing kind of all the rivers are representative of kind of what we typically cover. It was a fascinating conversation. You should check it out on the new issue. But we thought, having that conversation got us thinking about kind of how much has changed over the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when we debuted, we went online first. So we debuted RelevantMagazine.com in 2002. and built up a readership there. And then kind of, you don't have any money to launch a print magazine. So you just kind of like crawl, walk, run, built up some following there. And then had people like, hey, if you like this and you want to see it in print, you could subscribe. And so we had about 5,000 people like sign up to become a charter subscriber of Relevant Print Magazine.
Wow.
And we were able to kind of flip the switch in December of 2002, and we debuted in March 2003. The environment was a lot different than pre-social media. It was an era where the church, it seems like every church was launching a young adult service, kind of came and went. The emergent movement was kind of becoming a thing.
Wow, that was a thing.
Yeah.
And then it went away as a thing.
Boy, really, for like a
It was
minute,
totally
it was
a
going to
thing.
change the world.
Well, it was an era where, we were controversial early on. We were banned from most Christian bookstores because we had the audacity of covering secular entertainment. And so it was a big deal that a Christian magazine had secular music in it.
Yeah.
And now, within about 2 years, that ended up not being controversial.
Yeah, now Chance the Rapper is singing Fred Hammond on his record.
Right.
And,
But
and
think
nobody's
about
batting an eye.
But think back about that era. You grew up in youth group stuff. You were allowed to listen to Christian music. You bought it at the Christian bookstore, and you lived in a bubble.
It was a huge deal, like if your worship band like played a few bars of a secular song before youth group.
Yeah.
I remember Switchfoot was controversial because they had the audacity of playing in non-church venues and stuff,
If your video made it to MTV, you were expected to have some sort of statement about how we don't like represent everything on MTV. We don't like it all, but we're being light in a dark world and try to do what Jesus would do.
You have to be on there and apologize for it immediately.
Right.
Yeah, you did. Like you had to apologize for your success.
Well, and even just like anecdotally, I remember back in the day, we used to be like a big presence at like Christian music festivals.
From 2002 to 2007, give or take.
Yeah.
We had a crew every summer go around in the Relevan
Until it died
with a big old
a
trailer.
horrible death on the
They'd
highway.
Pull a trailer, and a couple interns would go around, and a staffer would go around to all the summer Christian music festivals. That's how many there were. We could make a whole summer out of it.
Right.
And they would go, all the way from Washington State to Pennsylvania, down to Atlanta, all the way through. We could just map it out.
I don't think I've ever heard of a Christian music festival.
Well, Creation is still around.
Yep.
But other than that,
But like,
they're all gone.
I remember just to kind of show like how much has changed in the last 15 years, we go from those being like a thing, like Cornerstone, which was like the big one, the cool one, isn't even around anymore. And now, I remember going to Lollapalooza for the first year. I don't know, it was probably like 5 years ago or so. And like we had all these interviews scheduled, and they're just, the up and coming bands that are playing Lollapalooza. And like 3 of the first couple that I interviewed, like 3 in a row, all had like band members who were Christians, and we're like talking about mutual people we know that, that's a huge shift. It's like, these artists are no longer relegated to a place like Cornerstone. Now they're in the Lollapalooza lineup, the industry as a whole has shifted. And I think it's a positive thing that wall between, the quote unquote secular and sacred has really kind of come down.
Yeah. And we talk about that in this roundtable, and kind of like why, and people like Jon Foreman had a very interesting vantage point.
I loved his answers in this article.
Yeah.
Yeah, his perspective is so cool to read.
Yeah. Around 2003, maybe 2004, Don Miller came out with Blue Like Jazz, an unknown memoir. And Blue Like Jazz seemed to catch fire in our world because it gave voice to a journey and thoughts and feelings a lot of us had, and wrestling with kind of doubt and faith in the midst of all that. And that was something that even Relevant was birthed out of. I felt like back in college, I went to Christian university even, but I felt like in college you start to rethink why you believe what you believe, or if you believe at all. You start to want to understand for yourself the stuff that you just took at face value from your youth pastor or parents, and you're on a journey of kind of self-discovery. And now a lot of people wander from faith in that season. A lot of people deepen their faith in that season. And what was weird, my observation, my experience was that like you go into a Christian bookstore back in the day, there weren't any books that gave voice to the questions I was asking.
Yeah.
And you go to church and they didn't want to touch doubt with a 10-foot pole because, well, the whole basis here is belief, and there's no room for doubt and belief. And so you don't ask those things. And so like all of a sudden, like we just felt like off on our own. And Relevant really came out of like giving voice to that season of life and that journey, and that God is in that, you know, like, and so we wanted to help kind of fill the void that kind of had been created. Don's book, Blue Like Jazz, really is one of the first things that I can recall that in a mass way, millions, really made it okay. And that, you know, in the Christian bookstores, that there was like a book like that was really remarkable. You look back at it now, I mean, I think Don will even tell you this. It doesn't age that well. It was honestly, it was so naive. It was so simple almost. It's things that we take for granted now. But back then it was almost like a revolutionary line of thought.
But that's what you want, right? You want to write the book that takes an idea that feels like it's sort of dangerous and gives permission in such a way that those ideas become not dangerous anymore. Because I think that was the goal. That's what any like author who takes on a controversial topic like he did would want, is for it to not be seen as provocative 10 years later, but to be seen as widening the conversation, making a bigger margin for ideas like he had.
I mean, it's become so commonplace that the premise of that book is essentially the premise of a Sunday night HBO show. You know what I mean? Someone who grew up. Who was someone, you know, who grew up in a kind of traditional evangelical setting, kind of coming into their own and questioning their faith. 15 years ago, that was revolutionary. Now it's the conversation that seems like everyone has.
When you look at what's happening right now, like the kids who are activated right now, you know, the 18, 19-year-olds right now, the things that they take for granted are social justice issues, diversity, all that stuff. I mean, like, I look at that and I have so much hope for what's happening for the future.
Right. Absolutely. And two, the good thing for me, I mean, the exciting thing for me is like back 15 years ago, the controversial big thing was, can we listen to the radio? Now the big controversial thing is maybe we need to think about guns and racism and real stuff and not about music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's get to the real stuff. Right. That's exciting for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's a fascinating 15-year section. I would say go listen to other people. Go read their perspective on it. Don't listen to us. It's fun. We take a few pages and look back at kind of like the last 15 years, and then we do this roundtable thing. It's really cool. And then we end it, of course, because we are a future company.
Forward thinking.
I am always forward thinking. I don't care about where we've been. I care about where we're going. Sometimes you need to study where we've been to inform where we're going. But I literally, like, I just care about where we're going. What's next?
Yeah.
So page 15.
Okay.
Jesse predicts the next 15 years.
Yeah, it's. I mean, and these are shocking predictions of how accurate they will be.
That's great.
Tyler helped me out. We had some fun doing this, didn't we, Tyler?
Tyler didn't want anything to do with it after y'all were done. He's like, this is Jesse's.
I believe my exact words were, I don't want to be anywhere near this thing.
I wash my hands.
Can I read one about the future of Relevant?
Yes, please.
This one projects the next 15 years. Relevant will shutter its doors indefinitely after a Facebook commenter accused it of being more like irrelevant. Publisher Strang says there's no way we can recover from this devastating burn. The future's not bright for us, but in other ways.
More like literally daily, we get that comment.
Sick burn, bro.
Sick burn. We can't. I don't know how we recover from that
every
one.
time.
Yeah. Hey, there's a lot going on in this issue. We'll give you a quick overview. I know we've been talking for a while. The cover is with the one and only John Legend. I don't know if y'all
wanted to do an impression of him as soon as you said that, and I had to hold it in.
I don't know if y'all know this about John Legend. Grew up, his grandfather's a preacher, grew up in the church, his whole family's in the church, and he was the choir director at his church in Chicago when one Mr. Kanye West kind of found him.
What?
And then he became John Legend after that.
That's crazy.
But he is playing Jesus in the Easter weekend live NBC musical Jesus Christ Superstar.
Shout out Black Jesus.
Yeah, John Legend is playing Jesus. And so we talked to him about that, about the role, but also about his kind of faith journey and where he's been. It's a fascinating conversation. If you read the Russell Brand one from last issue and how fascinating that was, John Legend delivers on a similar level. It's great.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I didn't know because I know he's not like, involved in the church at this point. But so like, I didn't know how much he wanted to talk about faith. He has a lot of thoughts about the church and the teachings of Jesus, like radically inform his life.
I just wish
today.
he was a preacher.
Really
like I wish he would just start a podcast and talk about all the things he talked about in that article. I would listen to that podcast religiously.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, good pun.
I didn't mean to do that.
That's good though.
But I'm going to pat myself on the back
Like
anyway.
that's going to be like on the poster for the podcast. Quote, I listen to it religiously.
Did you guys see Chrissy Teigen's tweet about John Legend starring as Jesus?
No.
She said, how are they going to fit him in the manger? best follow on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, she's great. Also in the issue, speaking of good follow on Twitter, Miss Ava DuVernay is in the issue. Iconic director of the upcoming A Wrinkle in Time. She's it's one of the biggest budget films given to, or it is the biggest budget film given to an African American female director.
Wow.
Oprah's in it. It's a huge Disney movie coming out next month. She obviously did Selma. She did 13th, and now she's going after a huge one. Well, so we talked to her as well.
Tyler, you got to talk to her about the film and her career, which is incredible.
I had a really good conversation with her. The conversation was passed along to someone in the relevant office to transcribe. And when she sent the transcription to me, she said, "You sounded really nervous for this one." And I was super nervous because she's such a name. She feels like almost, and I don't get nervous about these interviews very often anymore. But that one, she's just so articulate and is and such an important filmmaker, and the art she creates has been really, really important for me personally. And to be able to talk to her about it was really an honor. And the places we went, I was surprised. I can't wait to share this one.
Also in the issue, N.T. Wright joins us to talk about Paul. He has a new book out about the Apostle Paul, coincidentally timed with there's a movie about Paul coming out right now.
I had no idea that he didn't know that was happening. Like it was total coincidence. Like when I mentioned it to him, he was like, "Oh, I didn't know that."
Well, it's not shocking that he's not up on his latest movie releases.
I don't know. I just
in his monastery in Scotland.
Well, for some reason, I just thought someone might have talked to him about it, right?
Yeah.
Like one of the leading New Testament scholars in the world who's done a lot of work around Paul. No shade. Yeah. I just thought that someone might have called him and been like, "Hey, you got an opinion about this thing we're going to do?"
It was probably in an email that he didn't read. He was just like, got it, Paul. I can do it. I got it ready.
But I will say this, Andre, your conversation with him was very, Paul is not someone who I've thought like deeply about, but it was enlightening, his perspective on someone who is such an important figure for our faith.
Yeah. I mean, like I'd never heard that argument before, that Paul doesn't just belong to Christians. He's one of the greatest thinkers of all time. He's up there with Socrates or, all these other names. I'd never heard anyone say anything like that. I mean, not surprised that N.T. Wright would say something that you've never heard someone say before, but fascinating conversation.
That's in the issue as well. Matt Carney is in the issue. He has a new album out, and we're talking about Switchfoot. Matt Carney was kind of one of those early guys too, still making great music, just like Jon Foreman. We have a hard-hitting piece about child soldiers and the role that the U.S. plays in funding a lot of these child militias that are out there. Your tax dollars are basically funding child soldiers around the globe.
And a lot of people aren't talking about it at all.
Right, and relevant is.
It is an insane story about how the levels this goes to. I don't want to talk. We could spend a whole podcast talking about it, but read that story and, get active, and politically, because this is a huge issue. And Andre's right. No one's talking about it.
We also look at this is weird going on right now. Obviously, there's a lot of kind of paranormal entertainment happening, things like that, but there is an actual statistical rise in exorcisms right now. And there's this new kind of season of spiritual warfare that is happening. And we talked to a lot of people involved in that.
Once we started talking about the idea for this story, it was the one I was the most excited about. Yeah. I just could not wait for us to dig into this.
And I would just like to take full credit for the headline. man. Speak of the devil.
That's true.
It's true.
Credit where credit is due. It was better than mine, which was "Get thee behind me, Satan," or "Not today, Satan."
There's a lot more in the issue. Social Club Misfits is in the issue. A lot of great music. We won't go into everything. The front matter is chock full. A lot's going on. Right now, if you go over to relevantmagazine.com, you can view the entire issue for free. You can flip through it digitally, but there's nothing like holding it in your hands. So you can pick it up on newsstands nationwide. Most Barnes & Nobles have them. You can also subscribe now at relevantmagazine.com. There is a great deal going on to celebrate the 15-year anniversary. So we'd appreciate the support. We think you like the issue. Guys, you nailed it. This, Jesse, I'm going to be with you on this one. This one might be the best one yet. And that's a good feeling to have for somebody who's been doing we've done 92 issues. I've been part of every single one of them. And for us to be 92 in, 15 years in, and to have it come back from the printer and go, man, this might be the best yet. Yeah. You always want your next one to be your best one. And I'm so proud of what everybody's doing now. It seems like a new era of the magazine is happening, and it's really exciting to be part of it. So guys, go check it out. The new issue of Relevant with John Legend on the cover is out now, the 15-year anniversary issue. Thanks guys for joining us. Stay tuned. Up next, your feedback. To Jameson, but it's capital JMSN because he's edgy. The song is So Badly. Gotta stand out. Okay, it's time for your feedback, but before feedback, it is the second edition of our new featurette.
You listen to the show and it's time to get to know you. It's the listener of the week.
Yes. Love it.
The Relevant Podcast Listener of the Week. If you remember last month, we asked you guys to send us the most interesting 3 facts about yourselves. A lot of you caught our attention, and we decided we want to get to know a couple of you a little bit better.
And not know some of you very distinctly.
On purpose. Absolutely on purpose.
Right. Well, this is a blacklist.
So this week's Listener of the Week is Jordan Poole. Welcome to the podcast, Jordan.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Before we get to know you, here is the 3 facts that you tweeted us about yourself.
I'm so ready.
Number 1, you were detained by police for riding a bike on the interstate. Number 2, you rode 6 hours with a man you didn't know to go to an SEC championship game.
Jeez.
And number 3, you catch catfish by noodling, which is grabbing them with your hand.
These are fantastic facts.
Jordan Peele. Jordan, where are you calling us from?
Jackson, Mississippi.
That feels right.
It's gotta
Feels
be somewhere
right.
south.
The headquarters of noodling.
Right.
Jackson, Mississippi.
I feel like Mississippi is the headquarters for a lot of stuff he told us about.
You know, the noodling headquarters at Jacksonville is similar in size and scope to the new Apple campus. It is impressive.
The noodling campus. It's just a huge swamp.
It's a huge swamp.
Hey, man, this is Eddie. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, yes, very polite gentleman. Tell me about this noodling thing. Did it take you a while, or did you just feel like it was in your just DNA?
Well, a lot of my friends do it, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
the way we do it is we go out into a boat and go to a place called Eagle Lake.
Ooh,
it's relatively close to here.
Mm-hmm.
And in the north, they do it with holes in the ground, but down here we don't.
Eddie doesn't believe in holes, Jordan. So modify your speech,
Jordan. I'm not sure if you've listened to that episode, but the proper pronunciation would be spheres in the ground or cylinders.
All right. But here in the South,
disagree with you on that one.
In the South, you guys do what?
Wait, and I also need you to clarify, Jordan. Hey, this is Annie. Are you talking about north versus south of the country or of Mississippi?
The country.
Okay.
I didn't know
In the South we call it hand grabbing. In the North they call it noodling.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
they call it
hand
fishing.
grabbing.
Yeah, some people just call it fishing. But
Okay, so
I
you
like
catch
Jordan so
by
much.
hand grabbing. So tell us the process of hand grabbing.
Okay, so there's lines of sunken barrels in the ground, and when catfish go to have their babies, they go and get in these holes, and our holes are in these big drum barrels. and we'll walk these lines. The water's probably 5 feet deep.
And you can't see anything, right? I mean,
That's
it
to
is
your neck.
muddy.
Oh, absolutely not. You can't see anything.
Yeah, this is
so
disgusting.
you're feeling for the barrels with your feet.
God
When you
almighty.
find a barrel, you stand on top of it and cover the hole with your feet.
Oh my gosh.
Then you take a deep breath, you go down underneath, and you put one hand over the hole and one hand in the barrel, and you feel around for a fish.
No.
And
So
if there's
just
a fish
grab it
in
with
there,
your
you
bare
cover it
hand?
back up, and you go back up, get a breath, go back down, and what you're trying to do is to either let the catfish bite your hand, or you grab it by the mouth and you pull it straight out of the hole.
Okay, now I grew up in Florida, and we were told as kids when we go fishing for bass or things like that, don't go if you catch a catfish, those whiskers sting you.
Yeah.
Is that true?
They don't really sting you.
Jordan's the bravest man we've ever
Catfish
met.
hurt.
Yeah. Do you wear like gloves or something?
No gloves.
Do you ever bleed?
A ton.
A ton.
A ton? Is that what you just said, Jordan? A ton?
Well, I mean, the water kind of stops it, but I mean, you have to go get a tetanus shot.
What?
Oh my
Because
god!
the
This is the
barrels
most
are jagged
hardcore
metal.
thing ever. Jordan, do you eat the catfish after you noodle them up?
Yes, we do.
Now, this is murky. I mean, we have similar lakes here in Florida. I mean, it's murky water.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't
It's
see
just,
anything.
I mean, when we were down doing a barrel run, there was an alligator 80 yards away.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
you can't
man.
see in the water, and that water is full of gators.
And why
A
not
man
just
among
regular
others.
fishing?
But I mean, there's always somebody on the boat watching for alligators.
Yeah, I'd actually like to make sure Chandler gets his question asked because I believe it is the core of the issue.
Why not just regular fishing?
Yeah, like a fishing
We
pole.
do that also.
Oh, okay.
It's just
You
sometimes
don't get the thrill of the hunt, like
Right,
I mean,
Yeah,
I
this
feel
is
like
just- this
I
is
feel like
just about
fishing.
the
You have an
excitement.
unfair advantage.
Gotcha.
You have human tools. This is mono a fish.
Yeah,
Like,
this
this
is
is your
versus-
bare hands. This is how real men catch
I
fish.
thought. Okay, so I thought noodling
Or
was
women.
like somehow you use your fingers to replicate like a worm, and you like a noodle action or something.
Yeah.
and they like swam over you, and you kind of like
Yeah, I
grabbed
read
it.
a book about it
I've
one
seen
time.
videos
It's
of
different.
of the whole, I guess northern noodling,
Yeah,
where they
Yeah.
they put their arm in a hole,
Yeah.
and pull it out.
Yeah, they like yeah.
All you're doing is
Yeah.
you're irritating the catfish to bite your hand.
And how deep is your arm? Because the videos I've seen, Jordan, it looks like the guys come up, or women come up with the fish, and it's like their whole arm is in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so in Mississippi, our catfish aren't going to be as big as the ones they catch up north. I mean, a good sized one here is between 10 and 20 pounds.
No. So a 20-pound fish biting your hand? Dude, I
You're
would
gushing blood left
would
and
you,
right.
Do you
Tetanus
just
shots.
scream? I would scream like you've never
Well, you're
heard.
underwater. You
I
don't wanna
would-
get
One time in the ocean, a little crab pinched my toe. My
yeah.
foot.
Oh, yeah.
I screamed like
Oh, yeah.
a third grade girl.
Yeah.
So loud, everybody looked
I
because the
screamed.
little nip on the foot.
Oh God, it's the most terrifying
Yeah.
thing in the world,
No,
Jordan.
never
And
happened.
Jordan's putting his
You
hand.
need to look it up online because up north they catch 80-pound catfish.
Yeah,
80
you gotta watch
pounds.
it.
That thing's gonna take you home. I mean, that thing you're
that's
not
crazy.
coming up again.
That'll kill a person.
Jordan, I feel like we could ask you a question about noodling all day, but I have to get to one of your other facts.
Okay.
When you were detained by police for riding a bike on the interstate, I have
were
a
you
lot of
going?
questions about
Where
this,
were you
but why don't
going?
you go ahead and paint the picture here?
Yeah. Are you all right, man?
Okay, so there was an interstate overpass where I live.
Right.
Okay.
And in between the two lanes of the interstate, there's a concrete culvert that has
God, I love
3
you.
foot high concrete swells that if you hit them with your bike fast enough, you can jump them.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So we had to cross the interstate to get in the middle, and we were riding in those swells.
Oh, sweet.
And
Almost like
you
a half
can't
pipe.
see us unless we jump and our head comes over the wall.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I guess people kept seeing our heads pop up, and they kept calling the police until someone sent a squad car out there. And this cop, I think he could. So I was underage. I wasn't 18 yet. So I don't think he could arrest me, but
Right.
he said it was technically trespassing.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, you
I
have to
think
be
he
in a
was just-
motor
he was
vehicle.
reaching for straws.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you have to be in a motor vehicle to be on the interstate. That's true.
How did you get off of this one? Please tell me you just rode away.
No. So he put me in the back of his car and drove me down to the next off ramp and brought me back, and they had called my parents, and my dad had to come pick me up.
Oh my goodness.
And when I got in the car with my dad, he just looked at me and I started laughing. And I said, you need to understand, for my first 15 years of life, my dad always said, go play on the interstate.
You don't tell me what to do.
Wait, what did you say, Jordan?
My dad used to always say, go play on the interstate when you're bored. And when I finally do it, I get arrested.
Oh, that's what. Wait, Jordan, your dad would tell you to go play on the interstate if you're bored, like as a way to like go kill yourself, or just like
no, it was a joke.
Jordan, we have to change directions because you were just so amazing. You were. Do you? What do you do for like a work? What do you do? Work?
Yeah, I have a job. I'm a supervisor for a landscape company.
There you go.
Great.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, who was the man that you drove 6 hours to the SEC championship with, and who was playing at the time?
Okay, so I used to work at a gym at the front desk, and one day I had a customer come in who knew I was a LSU fan. Sorry, guys.
Oh, I was about to ask you Mississippi State or Ole Miss, but the answer is neither.
LSU.
Well, I really like State, but I mean, I bleed purple and gold.
Okay.
Which he actually sees on a fairly regular basis.
Because of the catfish in the water.
Which catfish?
I got infected from a catfish.
Yeah,
Now it's actually
It's not
That's
blood.
actually an
That's
infection.
pus. That's actually pus, Jordan.
Oh, Jordan.
Yeah.
So a customer came in the day of the game and said, I have 2 box tickets to the SEC championship game in Atlanta. It was LSU and Georgia, and he couldn't go and asked me if I wanted to go.
Heck yeah.
So it's 9:00 in the morning, and he hands me the tickets. I'm at work, and my parents are both out of town. So the only person I knew that was an LSU fan was this guy. His name was Tom. He came into the gym every day, and I saw him, and I just kind of knew him because I see him every day.
And he would wear that LSU tank top.
It actually was a tank top. So,
Oh yeah.
So I looked up his contact information in our computer, called him, and I said, you're going to think I'm crazy.
Dude, that's a HIPAA violation.
No, there was an episode of Seinfeld like that when George had to go watch the movie from the rental place.
What was Tom's reaction when you said, I got a box seat to the SEC championship game?
He said, I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Full tank top.
Tom has been waiting for this call his whole life.
Yeah.
He's ready.
So I got in the car, and we drove from Mississippi to Atlanta.
As the case should be, right? Yeah.
So I can't think of the time change exactly. So we left at like 9:30. The kickoff was at 4:00 their time.
Yeah.
Right.
And we were sprinting into the stadium and saw kickoff before we got to our seats.
Are y'all still friends?
Hey, are you and Tom friends now?
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, I haven't spoken to him since.
No.
just a special memory, and then
It was just like one cherished memory that I will never forget.
Just one transactional
And you've
moment
never
with Tom.
spoken
That's
to Tom
perfect.
since then.
Ever spoken to him?
I have not. I don't work there anymore. I haven't seen him since.
Oh, that's
Tom,
hilarious.
if you're listening.
The game, LSU won,
Yeah.
and
How could they
I
not?
called. My dad called me, and he didn't really know what to say because I didn't ask permission. I just kind of asked for forgiveness.
Yeah, that's wise.
My dad was running the St. Jude Marathon, so he was busy.
Yeah, he's got stuff
Right.
going
So I
on.
couldn't get a hold of him.
Dad,
ask
I met a
permission.
man named
I was like,
Tom.
I'm just gonna.
Don't worry, I'm with Tom. Who's Tom? I don't know. But
I don't
I'm with him.
know.
I don't really know.
Daddy,
but it's
I picked
okay.
up a man on the interstate,
Dad, I have some weird
and we had to get down to the game.
purple and gold oozing coming out of my arm. I think there's some pus. It might be infected.
He's wearing a tank top.
Jordan, you're the best. Jordan, will
Jordan,
you
you're the
please
best.
send us pictures of you noodling?
Jordan,
or video.
Yes,
this,
Or
this is
video?
this is not a joke.
Yeah.
I don't really like to hang out with anyone.
Yeah.
I would
hang out with you.
easily move next door to
100%.
this guy
Yeah.
and just be
100%.
like, "What are we doing today, man?"
Hey, Jordan, if you score tickets again and Tom isn't around and you need someone to go, hit me up, man. I will
I
gladly
want Jordan
travel
on my
with you
birthday
to go to a
episode as
game.
well.
That is a long drive for you.
Yeah. He's not going to pick you up. He'll meet you
Yeah,
there.
and he'll plan ahead. He'll start driving more than 15 minutes before kickoff. He can just go the day before, man, or get a plane. There's a lot of ways to get far away without running.
Yeah, Jesse's a full-grown adult. He can get an airline ticket.
Jordan, how long have you been listening to the Relevant podcast?
About a year now. I think I'm pretty much caught up with all the episodes.
No way.
Wow.
Wow, that's a lot.
No, not in history, like of the last year. Or are you talking about all of them?
All of them.
Whoa.
Holy moly.
Dude, thank you.
I started listening January of like 2017 is when I found it. And I mean, I listen to everything on the Relevant Podcast Network now.
That's awesome.
Wow. Nice, man.
We appreciate that.
I love all the stuff.
Dude, it's crazy. Thank
we
you.
need to go do a remote episode live from Noodling in Jackson, Mississippi.
Yes.
Barehanding, is that what you call it, Jordan?
I'll take it.
Hand grabbing.
Hand grabbing.
Hand grabbing.
Yeah.
Just the sounds of my scream echoing through.
I would be more terrified.
I'd be shrieking left and right. I think you touched me.
No, Jordan. No. You put your hand in there. No. Oh my God.
If you feel the fish for the first time, it's terrifying.
But you get the sea monster. I call it the sea monster.
Get Tom.
Take your word on
Tom.
that. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us, man.
You're the best.
It was nice meeting you.
All right. It's time for your
guys.
feedback.
This segment continues to be my favorite.
I don't know about you guys, but I want to talk to Tom. Because Tom got a call and he said, I'll be there. Tom, not only did not he have nothing going on.
Nothing going on.
You know, that he could make it to the gym in 10 minutes. He could
Right.
make it to the gym in 10 minutes and know he's not going to get back home till the next day. Like, I want to know what Tom's got going on.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's got
Jordan.
Zero. Yeah.
Jordan was
So
everything.
sweet.
Jordan's exactly who I wanted to talk to today.
Yeah. He's just a good person.
He sticks his hand in holes.
You listen to the show, and it's time to get to know you. It's the listener of the week.
Okay, it's time for your feedback. Last week, we asked you, well, you know, we told you a version of the story of how our friend Eddie broke his hand. We wanted to hear from you other versions
Right.
of theories or
Yeah.
excuses or explanations that he could give when people inevitably ask him what happened. So you guys went over to the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com and you hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast. Here are a few of our favorites.
Amy Leland did a funny one. She said Eddie broke his
It's
hand.
Leland, not Leland?
Oh,
I believe
interesting.
I believe she pronounces it Leland.
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 She's French. It's different.
Sorry, Amy. Amy said that I broke my hand arm wrestling Annie Downs for the last Quip toothbrush.
Oh,
And
that's true.
Clearly, I got the toothbrush but lost the hand because Annie is very strong.
Well, you didn't get it. Annie slammed your hand down so hard.
That's right.
And then it shattered your hand.
Yeah, it was really
Lose.
So you
Lose.
lost the toothbrush hand. You lost your hand.
And
I
your
like
dignity.
Ross's on Twitter. He said when Eddie simply gets quiet with a longing look in his eye and whispers, "The treasure," and then slowly turns and walks away.
Hey, Daniel said that you should tell people you got so upset after watching This Is Us that you karate chopped through your extensive collection of crock pots.
Well, that's just a whole bunch of references, like a potpourri of references right there.
Perry says, this is what you say to a stranger. Ever do the air drums on the song In the Air Tonight? I took it a little too far.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that.
Ross King said while you were getting dressed in a hurry, you misjudged your surroundings and shoved your hand through the arm sphere of your shirt and your fist hit the wall. He's respecting your hate of holes.
That one was a pretty close guess. Steve Holden said I was closing the trap door in the kitchen and it fell on my hand. A classic, very recent callback.
There's a lot more where those came from. You can check them out over on the Twitter feed. Okay, so a little behind the scenes. This is normally where we would do this week's question of the week.
Yes.
But we're not.
No,
because we've heard enough.
No, I've heard enough.
No. Here's a little production note.
Editorial statement of the week. We're done.
We're done here. This has been quite enough. Quite enough.
I think you're
We don't
just
need
fine.
we don't need feedback
listen.
to this
Why don't
episode.
you just go walk? Why don't you go walk on the interstate?
We record every week. So we put a show out. You guys give us feedback. We record the next week's show, except this week. This week, we are actually recording 2 episodes in the same week. Woo! We're going to stagger the release, so they'll be released on time.
Oh, yes.
But it's because Eddie, but it's because Jesse and I are going to Somaliland on Friday for a week.
Yes.
We're going to be in Africa. So
Yeah.
we can't record a show next week, meaning we can't see your feedback next week. So
Yes.
we will skip a week of Question of the Week and we will resume it next episode. In next episode, Eddie won't be with us.
No, that's right.
We will have a stand-in. Jesse, I've been catching, we're leaving for Somaliland here in a couple of days. I've been catching that you're a little stressed about it. Are you feeling all right? You feeling good?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, it'll be awesome. lot going on, but that's okay. Well, we got a good team here, and
I think he's panicking.
Are you all right?
Yeah, he said, yeah.
Louise. Yeah, everything's great.
He called me like a week ago.
Falling
like,
apart.
Is it safe? Are we gonna be safe? Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
No sweat. It'll be great. We're going with a great organization, and
World Vision. We're going with World Vision. There's a huge famine happening there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a crisis, and it's underreported, basically unreported. And we're going to go see it on the front line so we can come back and talk about it and ways that we can engage the issue and help make a difference.
World Vision
in a lot
is
of lives.
amazing.
Yeah.
Many thanks to this show's sponsors for making the episode possible. Remember, with Audible, you can start a 30-day trial and get your first audiobook for free. Go to audible.com/relevant or text relevant to 500-500.
Really?
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, I said that at the earlier part.
I wasn't paying attention. I was saying about my own jokes.
Also, thanks to Simple Contacts, you can get $30 off your contacts at simplecontacts.com/relevant or enter offer code relevant at checkout. Also, thanks to our guests for joining us. Jon Foreman, you can follow him on Twitter at Jon Foreman, or you can check out 25 and 24 at jonforeman.com. Also, thanks to Apple the App and Taboo for joining us on this week's episode.
Yeah, thanks so much.
It's nice to have them pop in.
Good job,
And Jordan.
Hockey and long hair.
It is Apple the App, by the way.
Yes, and of course,
Apple the App.
The 15-year anniversary issue of Relevant is shipping now. You can make sure to get yours when you subscribe at relevantmagazine.com. I think you'll like it. It's chock full of amazing stuff, and it was a lot of fun putting together the 15-year kind of look back, Well, on that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm going on the interstate.
Chandler Strang.
Have we talked about the fact that he was half piping on the interstate?
Yeah, there was so much to his life that
His little head would pop up.
I know. I love how cool he is and how casual he was
Yeah, that's
about
the whole thing. Is like
some
he's
really.
casual
He's
all of it.
probably the toughest dude I've ever seen.
Serious. Who called the police on him? Like, I keep seeing a head popping up over
He
that
has
interstate.
razor cuts from his elbow down
Yes.
from wild creatures gnawing on his flesh.
Right, and his dad runs a marathon and is just also awesome.
Well, he was
very
busy all day, so
he just very casually
No,
talks
he's out
about
doing the St. Jude marathon. He's busy.
right.
he is like a real life like American Mississippi Bear Grylls. Like if I were to get in like a plane crash in a wilderness with any human, it'd be Jordan. Our
for sure.
Again, 5 feet deep of black mud water.
Right.
There are creatures swimming around that cannot see you. And if it was like waist deep, you could run. You could high step it.
Yeah.
But it's 5 feet deep. It's up to your neck.
Yes.
You are not moving. If that gator chomps on your arm, you're under.
You're in for the
The
death
thing
roll.
is, most wildlife scenarios, your only thought is do not get bit by a wild animal. Like in my mind, I'm like, okay, the whole point is to avoid getting bit by an animal.
Right.
No matter where I am, that's what I'm thinking.
Right.
This is the intention is to get bit by wild animals.
He said,
They're hoping that
well,
happens.
yeah, there's gators, but the guy on the boat keeps his eye out for the gators.
Yeah.
It's black
It's
mud
black mud,
water.
yep.
Keep your
They
eye out for the
swim under the water.
Right,
You
it's
can't
not like they're
see
all
'em.
wearing like orange construction vests to
There
let
are
you know where they're
creatures
They're like
circling you.
gators are so good at their job, which is basically hiding it and
Just
waiting
chilling
to
until
out.
hurt
you
you.
eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until a big fleshy thing is lumbering
Yep.
toward it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
And just as a follow up, I'd like to
Sticking
invite
your fist into the gator's face. Like, here, I dare you to bite this arm.
It's like it just happened.
it's
like,
trying to protect its young.
yeah, and you're just like, woo. Let's
Get the mama, Skeeter. Get the mama.
I'd also like to invite Tom to call in because I have a feeling there's another side to this story that is much more sinister.
How come they haven't talked since? That's
Right.
the thing. Tom gets a
What
free
happened?
ticket, box
What
ticket to the SEC championship game, and Tom never
what did
sends a
they-
thank you
Tom
note
doesn't
and follows
follow
up.
What did
What's
they talk
Tom's
about?
problem?
What
Right.
did they talk about in the car for that long? I mean,
And then you don't remain
Are you
friendly.
kidding, Chandler? I could ride in a car with Jordan for 12 hours and never run out of questions to ask
well,
that guy.
of course.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, what was discussed?
Yeah,
was
what
it,
went
was it
down
similar
that
to
they never
what we
spoke of it
experienced?
again?
Right.
Right.
Tom woke up and is just like banging on in the trunk, trying to get out of there. And Jordan just opens it and says, "Run!" And so they just run to the.
Oh, you suddenly
kickoff.
made Jordan a character in Deliverance. That ain't the thing.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. There's a lot to Jordan that he is not talking about.
yeah.
I'm Eddie Koffels.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Annie F. Downs.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
I must do what's right. Sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti. I seek to cure what's deep inside, frightened of this thing that I've become.
Something set off the motion detectors. Guess what? It's a deer every time.